It is quieter than normal. I can make it a little louder. I just have to, like, I can't use a slider. I have to type in a number of decibels to increase it by, which is I can do that. It's just, you know. It can be done. It can be done. I just have to make sure that when I swap back to the other mic that I'm not, like, killing your ears. So I'm gonna do that. But, like, so sorry if I forget later to just reset this, because that could get bad. Okay, I'm bumping it by 3. No, this is a little loud. 2.6 decibels. Is this good? Is this good right here? Okay. The mic is gonna sound a little different just because it's a little one that's clipped onto me, you know, it's totally different. You can hear in 3D, wow. Wow. I just realized I didn't post on Twitter. Sorry, there was so much scuff when I changed nothing that just appeared out of nowhere. We're just gonna roll with it. Anything that is still here. All right, guys, incredible news, incredible news. You may have heard a mic change just now. The coolest news in the world. The receiver from my lav mic shut off. Unplug that real quick. I charged it last night. That's all right. I mean, we have 2 mics for a reason, so we'll live, but what? There's also direct plugged into my PC, so it should have been powered, so that's interesting.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see my Oshi Boris in 3D. It's a dream come true. How could he get any more handsome? Praise this pig. We love you, Boris. Haha, yay, yippee.
Why do you only talk to Boris like this? And not me? Huh? Alright, I will just use my normal mic, and I can extend it out really far, so I can stand up and have no issue with that, as long as you guys don't mind me occasionally sounding like I'm moving away from it a little. Which I don't think is a big problem. Why does this always happen? I'm also having another issue. There are 2 weird issues, so there's that. No, sorry, 3 weird issues remaining. Issue number 1 is that the body wasn't working today, and I fixed it. But one of my, I have 2 outfits we're gonna show. No surprise. One of them, the hands don't work on it, but it works on the other one. No clue why. So I don't really care. I'm just gonna show the hands on one. Whatever. And then for some reason, my voice-activated mouth stuff ain't working either. So I'm gonna have to do some scuffed face tracking. It will look good when I'm sitting there in front of you, but if I walk away... if I walk away, my face is gonna stop moving. It's gonna be great, guys. It's gonna be a wonderful thing. It's funny because everything worked perfectly yesterday. Classic. Oh my god. Oh my god. Thank you, thank you. Hey, thank you for all the subs and everything, guys. Very generous. I appreciate it so much. Sorry, I haven't been like individually thanking because I'm just trying to fix little bits of stuff last minute if I can. While I talk to you.
Well, I think I'm looking forward to cracking up.
Me too.
What's the new model debut without some scuff?
Right? Well, this is a reward. I always wanted to do this, but this is specifically a reward for the charity stream. When we did our VShojo charity stream, and I said, all right, fuck it, I'm doing it next week, and then I got sick, so I didn't do it that next week. You know, so it was gonna be scuffed no matter what. And that is fine by me. Okay. I'm setting up one last thing. So because I have a scuff on the face tracking, and I have to use a program that I didn't want to use for it, the camera's just gonna follow my head a little. But that's not gonna look that weird. It's just not it's not my perfect vision. But I don't think that matters. If I wouldn't have mentioned it, you guys would have never have noticed it, if I'm being honest. Let's be real. So you only know because I told you, okay? Let's get that straight. Let's get that straight. All right, let me fix this thing. I think I can fix one portion of the scuff before I show you myself. It all worked yesterday, which is crazy. Thank you guys so much for the... Jesus. All right, you know what? Never mind. No thank you for the bits. Ah! Don't do that while I'm walking around or I'll kill all of you in Minecraft.
Perfect.
I'll be so mad. Ooh, grr.
Welcome to the cum zone.
Yeah, we don't need that. Guys, my face tracking isn't working. I don't know how to tell you this, so I'm just gonna rip the band-aid off. Oh, wait. Wait, I can brute force it. Hold on, maybe? Maybe? Maybe. Ugh. I think that's the funniest thing when I've been spending all this time figuring out 3D. 2D is so easy, it just works. 3D just breaks all the time. And that's it. It just breaks. Constantly. So that's been real interesting. Alright, I'm trying one last setting, and if this doesn't work, we send it. If this don't work, then, you know, we're gonna go with what we have. Oh my god. Holy shit, thank you so much. Jesus. Hi, Kermit. I see you. I see you. I'm attempting one last fix before we full send it. Before we do anything though, shout out to the team from XSense, shout out to Baffler, all these people, and May and Zen when I was having last minute issues, and I was like, why is this happening? What is this? Thank you to those people for trying to help. Because I had no answers anywhere on anything. And they all stepped in to try and
assist. So I appreciate that. Mel as well. Mel helped me with one thing. Because I realized yesterday that, even though... How do I say this? Even though my suit is supposed to power down when I press a certain button, it just doesn't. The rakes! Holy shit, thank you. For the 100 gifted subs. You charge everything? Absolutely, yes. What do you think I am? The rakes, Jesus. Thank you, 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 thank you. I appreciate that so much.
I've been having technical issues myself. My T key is stuck. Donk sad.
Unstick your T key.
I'm sorry boss, but Zen is now #1 Shoujo Gamer. She got an award for it.
I cannot believe she got the Gamer of the Year award, dude. What is that bullshit? Cause you guys have all watched AAA games, right? I don't think any VTuber should get that award, if I'm being honest. Let's see. Ren, holy fuck, thank you for the 100. The 100 gifted subs. I think the VTuber awards shouldn't have a Gamer of the Year category because I don't think any of us are gamers. Maybe like 2 people in like 2 games specifically. But I think we all just have to, you know, be a little real with ourselves and disqualify ourselves. I think it's time. I think it's time.
Shit my bodysuit? I'd never shit my bodysuit. What kind of
I'm not gonna shit my bodysuit.
Oh, excuse me.
No.
That's really embarrassing.
I'm not gonna shit my bodysuit.
I am so sorry. I'll just...
Man.
Oh God. I need to leave.
Uh-huh. I'm sure you do. Well, so sorry that you shit your bodysuit. Okay. Guys, I think our face tracking might be broken. This is a terrible day. But it's also not, because everything else will work. And do you really care about face tracking when it's a 3D stream? Is that really what we're here for? You're here to see me point at the screen 100 times, if I'm being completely honest. Let's be so real on that. Oh! Holy, thank you for the 50. Jesus, thank you so much. I'm sorry, I'm doing my... wait. I might have done it. I may have done it. I'm telling you guys, when you just brute force 3 settings over and over in different configurations, guys, hashtag it just works. Okay, wait, all right, let me look over, before we start, let me look over a couple things, because you guys have been gifting, and you've been really generous, and I've been in troubleshooting hell. Number 1, thank you so fucking much to Dantaroth, who I didn't see the amount until now, gave $1,000. Holy. I thought it said 100. I was like, I refreshed. I refreshed the window because I thought it said 100. I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, I missed an entire 0. Jesus Christ. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it because, man, 3D is a lot. That's all I'm going to say. It's a lot. And I'm going to use it to my best ability. So thank you for supporting it. Thank you. We're going to do a lot with 3D as I go. 3D is so hard. Yeah. Thank you so much. Okay, let me go through all of the gifts. I mean, there's so many to mention. Hold on, I'm scrolling so far. Stop gifting. No, actually don't stop gifting because this suit was expensive. But also stop gifting. But please gift at the same time. You feel me? Gift within your means. Please. But if you don't gift within your means, I ban you forever. You know what I'm saying? Please be an adult with a job. And please gift. But if you're not an adult with a job, please don't gift, alright? You feel me? Make a bad decision you can bounce back from. Get what I'm saying? If you can bounce back from it, please gift. If you cannot, please don't gift. Thank you. All right. Now I finally, sorry, that was all to that's right. Hey, thanks so much for all these damn gifted subs. Thank you for all the resubs. Hat Skills, Dignity, Melanor, Horden, Croutons, Lynn, Zara, Philbro, Gastav, Brett, Random, Jasco, Darth, Chewy, Jevan, Garlock, Jam, Ben, thank you all for your resubs. Cape, thank you for gifting 10 resubs from Loft, Processor, Test Drive. How many? Jesus. Mystery Man, Frozen Blade, Dars, Madra, Nunbu, Fear, Trigger. Thank you all for resubbing. Some of you are really long too. We have like some 33-month ones. Jesus. Appreciate you all. Yeah, they can cry about ads. I'm just reading the subs right now. They wouldn't get it anyway, am I right, chat? Nightshade, thank you for the 50 gifted subs. That's insane. Thank you so much. Q-Sip, thank you for 5 gifted subs. Wool, Mia Sandwich, Mephistopheles, oh my goddess, thank you all for resubbing. Graphic, thank you for 10 gifted. Kulin, thank you for 5 gifted. Oh my god, I can't even scroll this far. Elenior Alcono, Ray, Necromar, Eraser, Stara, Otaku Dean, Axis, Calgon, and Demon. Thank you all for your resubs as well. Okay, from here, it won't show me any more resubs, so I can only read the gifted. For the record, if you also resubbed and I can't see you on this list because it's too damn long, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Lord Frost, thank you for 2 gifted. Diablo for 5. Adieu for 5. Thank you all so much. Verily and Derpington for 5. Thank you. Yeah, and with 2 A's. Thank you for the 100 gifted subs. I think that was the first one we heard. Thank you so much. Username not founder and Okono, thank you for 5 gifted subs each. Lynn as well for 5. Thank you. Teosh, thank you for 10. Hold on, I'm scrolling. Battenhall for the 27. Thank you. Why 27? Probably for the round numbers, huh? Atmos, thank you for 10 gifted subs. Leah, thank you for 5. That's an OG. Thorix, again, thank you for the 100. We've caught up to where I thanked Ren as well for the 100. I'll thank you again because that's crazy. Alundra, thank you for 10 gifted. Witsend and Anthem, thank you for 5 gifted each. Comrade, thank you for 50 gifted. That's crazy. And Lantisaur, thank you for 5. So this is so much. I appreciate it. You don't go crazy, but I appreciate it. You people are insane. And then last right here, Kylad, thank you for 10 gifted subs. And Borg and Taka right there, thank you for 5 gifted subs each. Thank you so much, guys. Jesus, I'm sorry that you're like, you're hyping this so much, and I'm gonna come out here and be like, my hands don't work on one of these. But I promise they worked yesterday, so I was not about to delay for another hour to try and figure that out, because I'll just figure it out through the week, and you'll see them one day, all right? You will see my hands today, and that's what matters. That's what matters, man. I don't think I have it in me to sit there for another hour troubleshooting. So we're gonna roll with what we have. Amelie Hen Giga, the Scuff Queen title. It's you know, it's never this bad. Ooh, you know what I'm gonna do? Here, I'll give you guys a little gift. I'll give you a little gift. I'm gonna do one calibration of my suit before I show up, because, you know, my spine likes to twist over time, apparently. But I'm gonna let you hear the lady. I'm gonna let you hear the lady. You want to hear her voice when she tells me how to calibrate? She's gonna be like, hold the N pose. Ready? Do it with me. Do it with me.
Go to a starting position where you
Okay.
can safely perform the calibration.
Okay. I'm there.
Stand in end pose, relaxed and look straight ahead for 3
I'm
seconds.
in end pose. It's not a T, guys.
Now, move around to move and rotate all the sensors.
Okay.
Avoid rapid movements.
Yes, ma'am. I will move slowly.
Processing. Please wait.
Okay. All right. Yes,
Is
ma'am.
the calibration lady single peepo shy?
Don't hit on the calibration lady. She's not available. She's not. That's my wife, and you can't have her. She's the only woman to talk to me in a week.
Now, stand still to apply and finalize the calibration.
Yes, ma'am.
The calibration process is now complete. You can move freely now.
Thank you, madam. I love you. Okay. Isn't she so nice? She helps me with everything. She's the best. I love her. There is no other for me, if I'm being honest with you. There is no other. Okay. It's time. I was gonna think of a bit to do to come on screen, but one of the ways to avoid some of the scuff I had was to use a version of the camera that just stays right on me. So, I'm just gonna rip off the Band-Aid, I guess, because I'm not even gonna describe how horribly scuffed it would be if
do our
I did it the other
calibrations
way.
too, chat. Assume the calibration pose.
No.
Goats megalol.
Stop! I'll just tell you that if you saw it, I looked like an eldritch demon this morning when I was, like, opening everything. Again, a thing that worked yesterday. Let's not assume that pose. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. All right. Here we go. Behold. I am the king of Vishojo. I'm standing on Vishojo headquarters right now. I'm out here. And why is chat not showing? Check this out. Wait for it. Wait for it. I'm going to summon you. I'm going to summon you. Nope. It's not working. I don't know why. Whatever. Why won't it work? All right. All right. Fuck it. I was gonna have you, you know, be a part of this or something. I'm trying to make it sound nice. I was gonna put chat on the screen. Watch this. Watch me fix this in 5 seconds. Just kidding. It'll take more than 5 seconds. But watch me fix this very quickly while we listen to Street Fighter music. Wait for it. Wait for it. It's gonna be so cool. You're gonna love it. Oh my god, chat. So nice of you. Look, so nice of you to join us. That's crazy. That's crazy. Wow. Oh my god. Well, you are also here at Vishojo HQ. This is actually the building that if you go to Mouse's room and you look out her window, it's behind her. I thought about streaming from my own room, but I would have had to pay a lot of money to be able to do that, and I want to change it. So I said, fuck it. I'm just going to stand on the building and stream from there. Because I'm about to change that in a month anyway. So I was like, that's a little weird. Timing's a little weird. So I said, now. And now we out here. Now we out here. But do you want to see, I'm going to show you something really cursed. You want to see Mouse's room? You want to see why our decal of our logo is so low is behind me? Check it out. There's her room up there. Don't look. Sorry, I'm ruining the immersion, and I'm fucking it up. It's like all the way back there. Anyway, we're gonna have the camera be like this, where kind of, you know, it moves with me, because if I don't, I'll turn into an eldritch being, and I don't think. Well, maybe you do want to see that. I was gonna say I don't think you want to see that. Maybe you do, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. All right. You're just gonna see it like this and I'm not gonna press. I'm tempted, but I'm not gonna press the demonic button. It was so. Let me tell you. Setting up 3D was so easy. Day one, I set everything up. It worked. It just worked. And I was like, oh man, it's just like 2D. This is great. And then I wake up the next week to do another round of testing stuff. And a few things didn't work, but they were exactly the same. So I was like, okay, let me just like redo this. Let me do that, you know, press a few buttons. And I change things and then it works. And I go, okay, well that took like 5 minutes. And then I go and I do that process again every time. Every time I open things, I have to do that. I have to brute force stuff to make it work. Why? But for whatever reason I do. So I go, okay. So I brute force it every time. I check it all last night. It's perfect. Everything's perfect. It's working beautifully. I wake up today, all broken. Body won't move. Body won't move. Not at all. Body will not move. Okay. Face will not move. Hands move here, but you'll see it in a second on the other outfit. Hands won't move. Couldn't figure that one out. Couldn't get that one working. That one was just... So here we are. We're just gonna deal with it, I guess. Also, my spine will like just turn over time, but that's normal. We'll fix that, and you'll get to hear nice calibration lady again. Because I know you really love her, and you all want her to be your girlfriend or something, or whatever. I don't know. People make me sick. Anyway, here we are. Unfortunately, because of some face tracking stuff, if I move really far away from you, like back there, far away, my face will stop moving. But I think you can't. Well, here's the thing. One would think that if I move back there, you wouldn't really be able to see the face that well anyway. But here's the problem. To avoid calling upon my disgusting demonic form, I have to use a certain type of camera that doesn't actually make me move away. So if I feel like I'm moving backwards, where'd the face go? You know what I'm saying? So it's a scuffed day, but it's fine. It's fine. Anyway, what do you think of me in 3D? I feel like nothing changes. I don't know. Some people kept expecting Italian hands, but let me tell you, I try, but it has trouble doing that. They were like, do the Italian hands, and I was like, well, I'd love to. I'm doing them right now. Oh, wow, can you see it? Let's just say, if I were to hypothetically be wearing gloves that hypothetically tracked the location of my fingers, because I am hypothetically a really small person with small hands, the gloves hypothetically might not track every bit of my movement perfectly because the hypothetical gloves would be quite big on my hypothetical hands. You know what I'm saying? So, they don't make them in certain sizes, let's be honest. Hypothetically, of course. This is all, we're imagining. We're using our imaginations for this, right? Anyway, also, oh yeah, if I clap, check this out. That's normal. But here we are, guys. Here we are. I don't know what to do now, if I'm being quite honest, but I think the first thing I want to do, no matter what, is I want to tell you who made the model. That's the number one thing I want to do. I want to make sure I credit her. All of the other credits, I don't have like a big credit slide because everything else is exactly the same. It's same designer, same, original artist for my 2D model. All that stuff is completely, what it is. And that's if you go into the description, you go into the panels, you click on the little credits one, that's all the same. But I want to mention my 3D modeler because she's wonderful. She is right here. Boom! Boom! Wait, I can't move like that. Boom! Pastel. Love her. Okay? Love her. Love Pastel. She's wonderful. Incredible. Amazing. Perfect. Love Pastel. I saw her make a few models for people that I knew. And I looked at them and I went, wow, that's really good. Can I have that? It was that easy. I just reached out. I had staff help me reach out. And we just went, yeah, she wants one. She went, okay. Simple as. I was so used to people having like the longest wait list. And she was like, you're lucky. I have one slot right now. So I nabbed it very quickly a while back. And then later I was like, hey, can I get my other outfit too? And she said, okay. And then when I have my new 2D that will be happening very soon, and I want, you know, one to kind of match that, she said, okay. So thank you, Pastel. Thank you, Pastel, for being so lovely to work with. She's always there if I need to fix anything or if I have any questions. She just does it. She just does it, man. Love her. And then I have another cool announcement, you could say, a bit cool. You might have seen that VShojo, on the VShojo Twitter, the main Twitter, we posted something about our merch pipeline updating. We had some issues before and we wanted to update some stuff, and we now have a lot of things done internally. We have some things handled just differently so that it works out better, and I'm really, like, I feel really good about it. I'm really confident with what's going on right now. So what I said I wanted to do two things. One, I wanted to release something new for this, but also I wanted to restock old merch from my debut last year that some people weren't able to get for various reasons. I wanted to do that. So we're doing a merch drop, but it's not just some new stuff. And the new stuff is just a couple of little things because it's just these two outfits again. But I wanted to restock some of the old stuff. So we're doing a full restock of a couple products. So number one, boom. The t-shirts, the two t-shirts, people were saying that those were their favorites. So I brought back the stuff that were, the things that were most purchased when we initially dropped them. I made sure we restocked those. So the two t-shirts for my first two outfits, my standee, which a lot of people liked, and the sticker sheet. A lot of people really requested the sticker sheet. So I got that done. So we are restocking these. So if you did not get them during that initial kind of phase, then you can get them now. Yeah, you missed the stickers. A lot of people were like, oh, I wish I had the stickers, because they were only out for, what, a month? You know, a year ago. So I wanted to bring those back. So we are doing a restock, which, you know, I will say, I talked to the merch team when we were kind of figuring out a lot of the new stuff, and I was like, I want to be able to do this. I want to be able to say, we're ordering this many of this thing, people get this many of this thing, and then if something sells out quickly, I want to plan a proper restock later, right? Instead of it just always kind of being pre-order every single time or whatever. And they went, hell yeah. It was that easy. They were like, hell yeah, let's do it. I went, okay. So restock, there you go. And then on top of that, we have some new stuff. We have some new things. And it's just a couple of things. One was highly requested. Boom. Ta-da. Number one, a new poster that my beloved friend and wonderful artist Have drew. Have also did one of my old waifu cup a while back. He was the same artist for that, so I had him do this one because a lot of people really love that. And look, it's a half and half. It's me and my two outfits. Ooh, wow. So we have that. We have a Boris keychain because everyone really wanted something related to Boris. And this is everyone's favorite Boris emote. So I wanted to do the Boris keychain. I will say the keychain on the top, this image makes it look like a perfect rectangle, but it does kind of follow. It follows a little line of his head a little more. This is just like, you know, the product image. It kind of follows the line of his head up top. And then we have a sticker sheet. I wanted to do some of the emotes, some of the most used. What I did was I pulled my data from what's the word? The recap. The Twitch recap. And I was like, you know what? I looked at it last year and I went, what are my most used emotes? And then as we were getting closer and closer to figuring out what we wanted to do for this sticker sheet, I pulled that back up. And I looked at everything up until that point and what were the most used, and I put those right in there. Boom. Boom. You want to use Geek Paper IRL? Exactly. Now you can do it. And yeah, there you go. Ta-da. So that's the new stuff. The merch site will be up very soon. And as soon as it is up, I will once again throw these up on screen and we'll start spamming the link. Thank you, Oshi. Oshi, whenever it happens, just spam the chat. I won't get mad. just start spamming and just start adding me, Oshi, and just be like, it's up, and I'll mention it again. Okay. Thank you. And there you go. Woo! Ta-da! Here, wait. Let me arrange it nicely. Let me arrange it nicely so you can see both. Hold on. Wait for it. Oh, now I have to make this one bigger. I hate OBS. I'm just kidding. I love OBS, but I hate doing this. Wait for it. Why couldn't I fit to 50% of the screen size? You know what I'm saying? Okay, it's not perfect, but it's pretty damn good. Ta-da! All right, so when that link is available and the merch site is fully up and running and good to go, I will open the floodgates. I'll put these back on the screen and we'll start spamming the chat. Hi, Nostro. Also, hi, any of my friends who came into the chat. I saw a bunch of you. I saw Uzi before. I don't know if he's still here, but hi, Uzi. Hi, Uzi. Hello. Hello. She's wearing one of the suits. Yeah. 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 I'm wearing one of the suits, man. It's really nice, actually. I'm gonna work on in the future setting up some scenes differently so I can like run around in circles and you can see me properly run around in circles. Again, there was a little camera scuff today, so I'm just not gonna worry about that. But we will do that. But I can move my arms and everything. I'm very let's just say hypothetically, I feel like my head is a little big. I just feel like when I woke up today, I went, wow. Is this where my head is when I put my hand here? Wow. I'll just say that much. But this is totally what I look like, right? So, you know, you just get used to it. Sometimes you just wake up and you're like, oh, I feel a little different today, right? So that's that. I don't know. Doing this feels a little funny is all I'll say. a little weird. I don't know about that. VTuber proportions, yeah, which I have. Real and true. Right? Everyone just nod. Yep. That's right, guys. Anyway, we out here. So we did this outfit first, actually. This was the first one that Pastel made. Originally I was like, hey, can you just make this one? She was like, okay, so she worked on this one first. I like how the shoes came out. Here, let's do a zoom. Merch is back. Oh, okay, while I'm doing this. Daddy, merch is back. All right. Guys. It's time. While I zoom in on my shoes to show details, it's merch time. Anyway, check those out. Damn. Look, did you know the bottoms are red? You can never... These are things you can't see on, like, 2D models. You know what I'm saying? The bottoms are red. And no, it is not because they are a fancy, expensive brand. It's because there's always blood on the floor. The laces used to be white, too. Shame. And this is just a little bell. I know you can't usually hear it, but just imagine when I'm walking around normally, if you're in the same room as me, you'd hear the little jester shoe jingle. It's only right. It's only right. Anyway. Ta-da. Ta-da. Those are my knees. I don't really have anything to say about them. But they're there. They sure are there. Sorry, there's like no details to show. Okay. We have the belt. We have the belt. This is Igor. He's real. And he's been bad. So he's been banished to a life of being my belt. Okay? And that's because he was terrible. He was so bad. And he's now stuck here forever. And then up on top of my head is Seymour. See him? That's Seymour. He was even worse. He was even worse, so you can see what we did to him. Free him? No. Well, I'm gonna be honest, if we pull this off of Seymour, he's gonna die, so he's stuck here forever. I mean, Igor, maybe, you know, I like him as a belt, though. I'm gonna leave him, whatever. Whatever. We got more bells up here. I can't bend my arm like that, but that's a bell there. You get it. You get it. I can do this. It's whatever. Whatever, man. Whatever. And this is my face. I don't think there's anything special to say about that. It's me, but I'm three-dimensional. Ta-da! And my face moves today, which is great. Honestly, before we went live, or we were live, but you know, when we were in the little the starting student screen, and I was trying to get some things working. The face not moving was the #1 thing where I was like, maybe I shouldn't do this today. I was like, if my face can't move, but we got it, we fixed it. No battle scars. Well, I'm using a snow cam filter, so you won't be able to see anything like that. All right, now we gotta. I'm gonna give you a nice little close up on him. Look at that. Look at how he moves. Look at him. He's so wobbly. I hope it hurts. This is his eternal punishment. And someone asked earlier, they're like, what about when you're wearing other outfits and he's not on your hair? I actually just pull the hair out. It's detachable. And I just put it on a shelf for a while. And I leave it there. And then when I'm putting this outfit back on, I just pop it back in. So, yeah. That's how we keep that all going. In case anyone was curious, because some people were asking. Some people were asking. Also, here's our street. Wait, let's get a sick, nasty angle. Hold on. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. Hi, Garrick. Look at that. It's the Bishojo Cafe. Ooh. Ooh. I don't know if any of you guys went to our maid cafe that we did a while back. But this is the future location of the real one that we're going to open and totally staff, and it's going to be real, and you'll totally be able to visit it, and we'll be there all the time. It's going to be a real business, and I'm 100% promising this, real and true. And if it doesn't happen in the future, you should get really mad on Twitter. Anyway, there it is. It's going to be there, and it's going to be real, and you're going to be able to visit it because this is a real place that you can go to in person. It's going to be so cool. It's going to be so cool. Real. Location linked? Yeah, where is this? Someone tell me the address right now. Where is this? Oh, you can't because you don't know. Someone said, my own mod said Cleveland. All right. Okay. You can't catch me dead in Cleveland. You can actually do a kickflip now? Yeah. Oh, I should. You know, actually, this will take time for me to do. I can get, well, I have a prop tracker, meaning I can stick a little thing onto a thing, so when I move that thing, you can see it. And my first thought was, oh my God, my cats. I was like, how can I put this on one of my cats? But then I remembered that when I put a full body harness or a collar on my cats, they lay down and pretend that they can't move. And they'll literally lay down on the floor for 3 hours and be like, I can't do anything. I can't move. My body doesn't work. And they just like turn into liquid. So I said, okay, maybe we won't do the cats. maybe that won't work out. But if I pick one up, I'll be like, oh, my son. And, you know, you can just pretend that you see him. But, you know, you guys know that because I'm magic, I own a lot of invisible objects. We've all known this for a long time, so it's fine. It's fine. Invisible cats, you know, invisible chair and desk, invisible keyboard right in front of me right here. You know. They'll start moving once they're hungry? No. I've tested this. They'll lay down in one spot with the harness on, and they'll just start meowing in that spot and acting like they're dying. They've got it figured out. You guys think that they're not as smart as they are, but they're geniuses, okay? They just go limp and just cry. Which is, you know, not really like the method I opt for when doing certain things, but I realized a long time ago, wow, that really works, huh? They've got it down pat. Anyway, it's time to listen to our girlfriend. You want to see something cursed? Let's listen to our girlfriend. She wants to speak to us. Here she is. Wait for it. She's gonna fix my spine, guys.
Go to a starting position where you can safely perform the calibration.
Yes, ma'am, I love you. No, it's not a T, it's an N pose.
Stand in N pose,
Wish I could
relaxed
merge
and look
site.
straight ahead for 3
While I'm doing
seconds.
this. Yes, ma'am.
Now, move around to move and rotate all the sensors.
Okay.
Avoid rapid movements.
Okay. Okay.
Processing. Please wait.
All right. I will wait for you. How long is it gonna be? Oh my god. What if she doesn't come back?
Now, stand still to apply and finalize the calibration.
Okay.
The calibration process is now complete. You can move freely now.
I love her. Anyway, sorry, I just needed her to fix my spine real quick. I thought about it and I was like, I should turn the audio off. And then I was like, nah, I like her. I like her. We're gonna leave her on. We're gonna leave it on, please. Anyway. Here we are. I think I can get, like, the rest of the girls and Kuro in here with me one day. We could do a podcast on the roof of the building. I don't know if anyone's explored this place and realized that you can just, you know, phase out of Mouse's bedroom. And you can just end up on the street outside. I was like, oh, I can stand up in Shoujo HQ. I'm doing that. Mouse is showing you can jump out her window. Okay, good. There's Milky in the chat, by the way. Milky's the person who designed this outfit. And once again, any credits related to anything that are not the 3D modeler exclusively, any of the other credits are always in the credits panel. So you click on that and it sends you to a sheet that we keep updated. I tried listing it out. You know, people go into their about section and they list names, name by name. This person did this, that person did that. And then you end up with a list of like 100,000 people. I said, that's annoying. I don't like that. And I hate this editor. So I decided, let's put it in a sheet instead. You could just click on it. Because there's some people that will come into chat and they'll go, you know, there's a panel that says credits, but I don't actually see the credits. It's because they didn't try clicking it. It's there. Click it. Okay. I promise it's there. And it's updated. Except for Pastel. I'm gonna put her on later today. Milky, look, I'm gonna take over the HQ because I'm the king of VShoujo. I'm the official king of VShoujo. Also, Milky, you love this. Look. Isn't it everything you ever imagined, Milky? When we were working on this outfit, we were designing everything together. You know, we were sitting in calls, and he was drawing, and I was saying, do this, do that. And we were discussing this. We were discussing Igor's eternal punishment, and this was probably one of his favorite parts of like everything. He was like, I think we need to do something like this. And I said, please, give me the goofiest hairstyle you can think of. And he came up with this, which I don't think is goofy enough, but it's kind of goofy. It's kind of, you know, so I'm chill with it. But we could have gone goofier. But then he added this, and I was like, you know what? Forget the hair. This is what we needed. This is it. Look, he just had a stroke. Yeah, he has a stroke every day, so he'll be fine. That's how he reacts to anything. I was telling him about a future project that he's helping me work on, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna do this thing, and he went like, oh my god, and, you know, did the keyboard slam, keyboard smash, etc. Currently buying my 3D Friends merch stuff now? Oh my god, Garrick, you know what you have to do? You have to be like, I have, you know Peter Park? I have a friend, Peter Park, another streamer. What he did was he started wearing my shirts on stream. He bought one of my shirts a while back, and then I raided into him, and he was like, check it out! And he started showing my merch to the raiders. I'm gonna get all of my Facecam friends to put my shirts on, to put my standee in the background, you know? GEEGA Shrine over there. It'll be perfect. You bought 2 shirts. Nostro. Okay, let's go. I mean, I do it for my friends too. I can't like show it like that, you know what I mean? But I buy all their merch too. At least one thing per merch line. At least one. When? You gonna get the giant cardboard cutout? You could. Uzi! Wear my merch. Make a shrine. For friends of mine, if you make a shrine to me and it's visible in your stream background, I'll gift you subs in return. I can digitize the merch. Ooh, I should get an outfit that's me wearing my own t-shirt. I should do that, right? Why don't I do that? I'm gonna message Pastel. Hey, can you put that shirt on me? And then put that other shirt on me as well. Can I get those shirts on me? It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Why is the 3D so fitting? I don't know. You know what I noticed? This is what I noticed. When I stream in 2D, because you're better off kind of just sitting right in front of the thing that's tracking you, not moving too much. You can move around like this a lot, but like really shifting around gets to be a little too much. I move less because I'm trying to stay in front of the thing. And if you turn your head too much, you lose kind of tracking, or like one eye will go wonky. You'll be like, you know? So I move a little less when I'm doing 2D, but then 3D, I don't have to worry about it. Which today I kind of do a little bit because you know, we have the little camera issue going on over here, but whatever. Whatever. But it's not as bad. I can still turn around, and I can, you know, show you my leg and stuff, and I don't have to worry about like losing all that. That's why I got the suit that I got too, because I can do a lot of movements and they'll be properly shown. It'll be nice. You know what I want to get, but I also really don't want to use, but I'm curious to use. You ever see people do face tracking when they're doing 3D, and they wear that entire helmet, the whole helmet, that has a thing sticking out the top, and then in front of their face right here is an iPhone for like really good ARKit iPhone tracking. So they've got an iPhone just strapped to their head. That looks so annoying to use. That seems so cumbersome and so stupid, but the tracking's so good. So I'm like, maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know. I want to get one just for certain projects. Maybe I wouldn't use it all the time, but like certain things. I don't, because the main thing I want to do with 3D, my main goal here, is not just to stream with it all the time, but more so to do YouTube content with it, YouTube videos and things. And I've been talking to my editor for a really long time about all these plans we have, all these things we want to do, but we kind of need 3D for it, or 3D would make it a lot better. So we were waiting for it. And then we were talking about me being able to, you know, track my face properly while I'm running around and moving around, because as you can see, I move a lot, and I'm trying to hold back right now so I don't like move too far away from everything. But I move around a lot. I'm very like all the time. So what if I got the weird iPhone helmet? It might work. I don't know. Looks like I'm holding the camera vlogging right now. Yeah, check this out. Hey guys, we out here at VShojo HQ. What's up, Geek Nation? We out here. What do vloggers say? People don't do old school vlogs anymore. They do this for 3 seconds. They're like, look at this. And then they play some nice music and they just show aesthetic imagery. They just, I don't know. I don't, what do they even do anymore? They don't. I miss when people would grab a camera and just walk around and go, hey guys, with a really scuffed mic. Hey everybody, what's going on? And that's all they did. Where is that? I miss it. I miss it. I don't know. Anyway, let's sorry, moving the camera up and down is very... imagine if you were perhaps playing a video game and you had to move things as if you were playing a video game. Hypothetically, of course, hypothetically. Not like actually, but hypothetically. Imagine if you were to use WASD to move things. Hypothetically. It would be like that, one could say. But I'm actually using a drone right now. Okay, don't get it twisted. Don't get it wrong. I'm using a drone right now. Right? Right? Anyone not nodding and agreeing will get nuked by the mods. Agreeing is mandatory. Thank you. Thank you. What did you say, dude? I love you. Low resolution compressed VShojo logo. Yep, my Oshi. Cause dude, I was running around and I was like, I really want to be outside the HQ. I put myself down on the street, but I don't know if you guys know, there are cars. So that's dangerous. And then if I look over there, I'm like, it's not the most exciting background kind of down on the street there. And then I saw this looking all crispity crunchity, and I went, oh, that's the one. Very fitting, I think. I think it works perfectly. Yeah, playing in traffic stream, exactly. Like, Twitch wouldn't like that. They wouldn't love that one, I don't think. Not really, not really. It's actually Gunrun's office. Yeah, his window is actually a little bit above this, and he's really tired of me yelling out here. He's really tired, but I'm not going to stop. And if he complains again, I'm going to throw a rock at his window to break it so he can't even close it and muffle the sound. You entered VShojo officially? No, I just put the logo behind me because I hope to join one day, and I thought that maybe if I do this, they might let me in. That's why I'm outside the building and not in it. But, you know, keep trying. Am I right, guys? Try and try again.
Giga,
and,
congratulations, by the way, on being the newest VTuber in the VShojo lineup.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, I won't give up, guys. My dream. I won't give up on my dream. Anyway, it's Q&A time. It's Q&A time. We're going to swap to the other outfit, and hopefully it's not completely scuffed. The hands, we're not working on it. I'm going to press 2 buttons and see if they will. The hands were not working before the stream for whatever reason, though. You've seen my hands. I will swap back to this so you can see these hands again. But I'm letting you see them now so you don't miss the fingies when, well, if they don't work on the other one. Can you hit the gritty? Wait, can I do it with... I can't, like, move far away from everything. I can't move far away from everything. So I'm right in front... Okay, imagine if there were a hypothetical desk here, hypothetically right in front of me, that I couldn't move too far from, and there were a hypothetical chair over there, and a hypothetical pile of shit on the floor, like various wires. Hypothetically, of course. Just imagine, right, that they're there, okay? Let's get some leg action. Let's get some leg action for the gritty. Check it out. There you go. There you go. I will do a better one once I can fix the camera scuff and I can actually do it around the room. That's what I really want. Because you don't do the gritty in place, okay? You're not supposed to do the gritty in place. You're supposed to do it, and someone's dead in front of you in Fortnite, and then you do it around their body, right? You do it in a circle all the way around. Ugh! Sorry, I coughed. So you just do it around, like that. That's how you're supposed to do it. So once I can do that, I want to do a video where I teach you guys Fortnite dances, or maybe a stream. I want to teach you Fortnite dances, and I'm going to force friends of mine. Can I use this suit in VR chat? Maybe I can. I'm going to see if I can. I'm going to try it. And if I can, I'm going to force my VTuber friends to get into VR chat with me, and I'm going to teach them Fortnite dances. Okay? Geary, I will say the only one who's promised me that they will 100% do this so far is Geary, unfortunately. So you're going to have to watch that. Sorry, but that's going to happen at some point. And if she forgot, because it's been a while, I'm going to remind her every day for, you know, until it happens. Perhaps 5 times a day. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe. Why not 10, right? Why not 10? So we'll see. We'll see. I'll give that. I'll give that a little time. Someone will clip it and send it to her, and she'll be like, right. You know, and we'll see. You'll hit any Fortnite dance? Heavenly. Are you ready? Because I'll learn all of them. I don't think you understand. I'm going to learn all of them. That brother's not dancing. Nostro, give him a chance. Give him a chance, okay? At least let him try. Give him his moment, man. All right, let me swap to the other one. Let's see if I can get my hands working. In the meantime, I'm once again chilling my merch. Reminding that if you didn't get any of the exclusive debut merch when it released, you can get it again. Wow. Wow. It has been restocked, and you can get it again. Wow. That's number 1. All right, that's number 1. Oh, guys. What if my face doesn't work on this one? What if my face doesn't work too? Hold on, wait. I'll press the same 2 buttons I pressed before. Why don't they let me make 2 of the same blueprint, guys? Any Wardo likers? Feel me right now? Uh-oh, what happened? Oh, no, nothing new happened. This is just a thing. Well, everything was working yesterday, and I was saying earlier on stream that everything broke in some way, shape, or form when I opened it today, even though I changed nothing, which was cool. So, I got things mostly working for the other one, but as I mentioned, my fingers don't move on the other outfit, but I wanted to show it anyway, because my body moves, so who cares? Who cares? Right? Right? Classic technology. I honestly don't mind, because over time I'm gonna fix shit, and we're gonna have so many videos of me hitting the gritty, so at the end of the day, we're winning, guys. We're winning. Anyway, not just that, but we also have new merch for this 3D debut. It will not all be available for a very long time, because as I mentioned earlier, I am going to do a new 2D, as I've been talking about. And that will be happening not too long from now. Not too long from now. And I didn't want to have 50 merch items on this store at once. That feels crazy. So these will be up right around until I am ready to do the 2D. And then that's when it'll get taken down. So, you know, if you want to get it, I would say do it within the new 2 weeks for sure. The next 2 weeks for sure. Because once we hit January, I'm going to start telling you when the new 2D's happening. So just be aware of that. Okay. My fingies officially will not work on this one, which is okay. We knew that. My face, however... My face, however... Do you care? Do you want me to try to fix it? And risk breaking it on the other one? Would you like me to try it? Nah, send it. Okay. Okay. Fine by me. That's why I asked. That's why I asked. Okay. Then we'll just send it as is. I believe in you. Thank you. Well, I don't think you need to worry about me. It's 3D software that we need to not believe in. Right? You know, I think my last debut went so well with no scuff that it kind of rolled over, right? But that's okay. All right. It's time. Wait, do I need to fix my spine? No, it's okay. I don't need the spine lady. Or maybe I do. I don't know. I kind of miss her. What if I calibrated just to hear her voice? No, I won't do that. That's crazy. But what if I did? No, I won't do that. But I could, though. All right. We out here. Guys, my mouth is moving, right? Right? And my hands and my arms, you know, my hands are... Fingers perfectly moving. Hey! Now I can do this. Yeah. Yeah. Now I can just... Yep. Yep. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh yeah, I'll have to fix my spine soon. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Anyway, we out here. I'm gonna fix everything on this later. We're gonna use the other one for the most part today. But let's look at the things. All the things. First off, we got my boots. Yes, I am actually turning my foot like that. Look at that. My boots. My boots. Did you say ew? No, you said ow. Okay, you're safe. I was gonna say, look, just do some stretching. You can't do that? You can't do that? Actually, the default pose is a little like that. So it's so to make it look like it's forward, I have to turn out a little. So if I try to turn out all the way, it just goes to there. Sorry for your immersion. Sorry. But that's just how it is. Ugh. These are my knees. Nicely articulated. Thank you, Pastel, for not fusing everything together so that my legs can't move, because many artists do that. And that shit hurts. So thank you. Appreciate that. You said sniffa. I have no scent. Let me remind you that I am a magical being. And I have no scent. I have no scent glands. Okay? It's one of my many features. Unlike you, disgusting people. These are my hands. I'm not moving them because I want you to see them in all their glory. That's why I'm not moving my fingers. Right, guys? This is for you. This is all for you. Anyway, here's my gauntlet, which, by the way, might be getting a full replica of at some point. Someone might be making one and giving it to me. I was like, wow. They said, do you want it to be metal? I said, well, if it's not, I'll be really upset. It has to be metal. This is the rest of me. Wow. I'm not moving my mouth when I speak, again, because I'm a magical being. Same with my hands. I'm just trying to display them nicely to you. This is for you, okay? This is for you. That's 100% all for you guys. Ugh. Wait. Ugh. We have to do the angle again. Wait for it. Anyway. I am the king of Vshoujo. Once again. Gunrun's office is above the V. For 500 gifted subs, I will throw a rock through his window. Okay? Any takers? 500? I'll throw a rock immediately. Straight through the window. Actually, you know what? I'll do it for $5. If I'm being honest, I'll do it for $5. Sorry, wish my face moved, but I got a little, you know, did a little skincare this morning. So I have the face mask on. But, you know. Hey, Glumpy! Oh, thank you so much! Thank you so much. Hey, wait, look away for a second. Hey, thanks so much. Don't worry about the glass on the ground. Rocks out, everybody. Slayer, thank you for the 5 minutes as well. Thank you. Anyway, there's not much to show here. You know it. You know what it is. I want to make mention, because people keep asking. They're like, why do you have the little cape on your back? If you have the long thing, you got the long thing going on back here. Why do you have this little cape? To which I say, because it's cool. Stop asking questions that have obvious answers, man. Because it's cool. They were like, what function does it have, though? It's kind of small. Does it provide warmth? No. It's cool. Okay? That's what it's for. It's because it's cool. All right? Same thing with my cursed demon arm. That is always hidden. Why do I have it? Because it's cool. Okay? Do you have a cursed demon arm? No, you don't. Do your friends have a cursed demon arm? No, they don't. Does your mom have one? No, she doesn't. Okay? But I do. Right here. Right here. Because it's cool. Yeah, +5 coolness. Exactly. You don't know if I have a cursed demon arm or no? No, I know you don't. I know you don't, because everyone in the chat is human. And you don't have cool cursed demon arms, okay? But I do. So. Sorry. Anyway, the face is uncanny. Not moving. Let's go here. take the edge off of that a little bit. You know what I'm saying? My friend has a demon arm. Yeah, all right, buddy. Was your friend in a video game? Ew. Video games aren't your friends, all right? Nice try. Nice try. Anyway, when I unscuff everything, I'm gonna get up there and I'm gonna hit the sickest gritty right in front of here. Actually, you know what? No. I'm gonna do it in Mouse's room. All right, just like this. I'm gonna go into Mouse's room and I'm gonna hit the gritty and go in a circle all the way around, and gritty on her stuff. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be so cool. Oh, your dad works at Cursed Demon HQ? Yeah, I'm so sure. Anyway, here we are. What do people do during 3D debuts, guys? What do they do? I don't know. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna ask you that question again, but I think I'm just gonna, since I've got my face mask on, I'm just going to communicate to you telepathically. All right? Do you hear this? Do you hear it in your mind? Do you hear it? You should hear it in your mind right now. Hear the voice? Do you hear reverberating? Okay. There we go. I'm just gonna send it to your brain straight, so you don't have to worry about it. Anyway. Yeah, I'm just not gonna talk, I'm just gonna communicate telepathically, okay? Zen's bullying chat during her 3D streams? WWE style? Oh yeah, Zen gets up there. I'm convinced she's got a mattress on the floor, because something will happen in game. She goes, oh, and she falls over, and I'm like, do you have a whole mattress behind you? Like what? Like what? Or is that like hardwood? Like what are we doing here? What are we doing? Or she loves doing kicks. Zen's always like, for no reason, she'll be at the beginning of her stream, she'll be like, hey guys, it's Christmas. Whoa! And I'm like, what? Why are we doing this? It's not a bad thing. She just does it all the time. My favorite is this is the trick with her streams. You go to Zen's stream and you say, Zen, I bet you can't kick that high. And every time she'll get up and be like, oh, no, actually. And she'll start kicking. Actually. But you can't touch your towel. She'll be like, She has to do it every time. Yeah, I miss her on the yoga ball. Oh, she was on the yoga ball. She's like this. She was like bouncing on it and then she would fall off. So good. This is my invisible chair, by the way. Everybody clap for invisible chair. Clap for Mr. Invisible Chair. That's how people like me float. We're not actually flying or floating. It's just an invisible chair every time. You guys just can't see it because you're human. So, you know, that's just how it goes. He said, I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. Well, I'm out here on my invisible chair outside of Vshoujo HQ. And I gotta say, what did you say? You said GEEGA's a feet dangler? Confirmed. Do you hear that? It's the floor. That's the floor. You hear it? It's the floor. You said GEEGA's a feet dangler. I got my arms on the arms of the chair. You see how high the arms are for me, though? For you guys, it's probably like here. I'm a little short. A little short in my invisible chair, not gonna lie. But no, my feet reach the floor. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Oh, you can't see him. There's a cat. Imagine hypothetically there was a door a ways behind me. Just picture it in your mind. And imagine below that door there's a bit of a gap. Like a solid, could stick a cat nose through it kind of sized gap. Just imagine hypothetically, of course, that I saw an entire cat snout go through there. He's so upset that he's not in here right now. But one of the reasons I didn't want to do 3D when I was in the last place I was in was because specifically they have to be where I am all the time, and I was not locked away in an office. I was just out in a big room. My entire living room was my office. So they would just walk in, and if I was doing 3D, I would just step on them. Constantly. Well, something I do when I'm streaming in 2D all the time is I get up. I just get up from my desk to stretch my legs, and I just play standing up. And all the time when I get up, they come running from wherever they just as fast as they can. They, you know, like front back, and they just run right into my legs and get kicked. And I'm like, what's the point? What are we doing here, man? What are we doing? But they always do that. So I don't know. What can you do? I was like, I really need a door. That's the thing I wish for most in this world right now. A door. And now I have a door. Do you wear a headset for this? Do you see a headset on me? No. No. What you see is what I'm wearing at this moment in time. Anything I've talked about outside of that is hypothetical, of course. All hypothetical. Get a baby bag to wear around your chest and keep them there. My cats? Oh, to like put them, you know, I thought about getting one of those backpacks where you put them on your back and they have that little window, that little, you know, round one that they can look out of. But I don't know. I just think they would hate it. I just think they would hate it. That's all. I think they would not be able to stand it. And has one. You know what I want to get them? A stroller. So I can like, you know, oh, hey. Someone walks up and they're like, oh my God, is that the baby? Oh, you know, they start looking, oh, is it the baby? And then I'm just like, I open the thing, it's my son, and a cat pops out, right? A cat pops out. He's just, meow. It'd be so good. It'd be so good. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Okay? I want the cat stroller. I want to do it. All right. As much as I really want to stay in this outfit, I'm going to put the other back on so you can see my face and my hands because, hypothetically, there's reasoning for that. Hypothetically, of course. Right, guys? Like, if you just close your eyes and imagine, there's reasoning for it. I'm not going to tell you what happened just now when I did that, but it was really funny. I love 3D. I love 3D so much. It's so great. Oh, wait, we have to listen to our girlfriend again. By our girlfriend, I mean my girlfriend. Here she is. Hold on. Give it up for Calibration girlfriend.
Go to a starting position where you can safely perform the calibration.
Okay.
Stand in end pose, relaxed and look straight ahead for 3 seconds. Now, move around to move and rotate all the sensors.
Okay,
Avoid
do it,
rapid
chat.
movements.
Do it.
Processing. Please wait.
Okay, I'll wait. Guys, she's processing, okay? Give her a minute.
Now, stand still to apply and finalize the calibration.
Okay.
The calibration process is now complete. You can move freely now.
Ooh. Thanks, lady. Oh, I have fingies again. And I took my hypothetical face mask off. Thank God. We'll unscuff that later, of course. We'll unscuff that another time. You like Calibration, lady? Yeah, well, you can't have her 'cause she's mine. So, nice try. Okay? Nice try. This emote ain't no way? What do you mean? It's just my name. What are you talking about? What do you... You people are so weird. You people are so odd. Okay, we have a... Sorry, I'm like hearing sounds. So... Oh, check this out, by the way. Can you do that? Can you do that? I can. I'm doing this IRL, guys. Notice how my hands are out here. You wish. He is possessed by an owl. No, I'm just talented. I just have talents that you don't have, and you're jealous, okay? That's all that is. Let's be honest. Let's be real. Yeah, it's because I'm a demon, and my cursed demon arm gives me the power to turn my head around. All right? You wish you could. You know what I really want to get? I want to get an asset for pen lights. I'm sure they exist. I'm sure I could just find one. I don't need to like get a special one. But I kind of want one that's just the Vishojo pen light. Cause then like during a concert, we could do a watch along, and I could stand here. Do you know the basics of otage? Do you know? Do you understand? I could be like, you know, the whole time in the corner while the concert's going on, and you just do it with me. You know what I mean? It'd be so good. Oh my god, you know what I could do? I talked to someone about this. I talked to a VTuber friend about this who also likes idols, and I said, hey, hear me out. We meet up. We get in the same room. We do the classic JP Hamtaro theme song. Okay? JP Hamtaro theme song, and we do the hamster wheel. Okay? You play the song, and everyone starts running. Everyone starts running, and you run in a circle. You run in a circle with your pen lights, and you scream to the theme song. I think I need that. I was like, someone was asking, hey, what would you want to do if like we did like a group collab? Maybe we could do 3D or something. Like, what would you envision? What would be the project? And I said, well, I just really want to do the Hamtaro theme song. I could have come up with a great idea. I'm in a call with friends. We're talking about what cool projects we could do, and I was like, we gotta do the Hamtaro theme song, guys. And I said it, and I processed for 3 seconds, and then 3 seconds later I went, maybe I should have come up with a different idea. Maybe something else would have been good. I don't know. It is a great idea. I think it is. The thing is, it's hard for people to envision if they don't know what I'm talking about. Because, like, if you know, you know. If you get it, you get it. All right? It's just, if you know, you know. And if you know of the theme song, but you don't picture something specific, you don't know a specific reference I'm making, then I want to show it to you. You know what I'm saying? You need to know. And you guys will know one day, because I will get a group of VTubers in a room. We'll run around in circles and scream over the Hamtaro theme song in a specific manner. And you're gonna like it, okay? You're gonna like it. You're gonna be forced to like it. All right, let me check 1 sec before I'm gonna leave people high and dry. I gotta update them. Will you guys... Sorry, the computer's hypothetically behind me. Don't worry about it. It's hypothetically behind me. I think you're just jealous that you can't do this, if I'm being honest. Your cold reactions in the chat show me that you don't know how to handle yourself when you see such physical prowess in front of you. And it's okay to be a little intimidated. It's okay to be a little nervous, but like, get used to it, guys, okay? You wish. Okay. I had to update collab friends on timing. I'm gonna make sure I don't not say something. I don't want to be that person that only pings when it's starting. You know what I mean? Like, I like to give people notice well beforehand. Because the worst thing in the world is someone says 3 weeks ago, hey, you want to do this thing? And you're like, oh, okay. And then you show up day of, and you get pinged at that moment. And they're like, it's starting now. I don't like that. I don't like that. I do not like that. No, thank you. Ugh. Her legs are so long. It's the, okay. No matter what outfit I'm wearing, my proportions are exactly the same. It's the outfit. It's the illusion. It's the illusion, okay? The fact that the belt is not like in the middle here and it's all the way up here. It's all the way up here. And then the skirt goes to just where it needs to go because I'm wearing tights, so who fucking cares? You know what I mean? Makes the legs look crazy, but they're exactly the same as they were before. Exactly the same. Nothing has changed. And this is how short people dress. For the record. This is what short people do to make you think they're taller. If you're a short person and you put on pants and they're, you know, like at a not even a natural waist kind of stopping point, they're stopping even lower than that, they're lower waisted. And then you wear a shirt that goes down to that point, you just basically move your waistline down, you will look tiny. So tiny. And then you move it up, you just take everything and move it together up, and people are like, wow, you're so tall. Actually, the real way to do it, this dark color you see here, if I was this color all the way down, like I had pants, people would be like, holy shit, she's 7 feet tall. Just creating one line that doesn't stop when you look at a person, just one line that keeps going is the way to do it. Still 4'6". No. No. I am taller than 4'6". Thank you very much. 4'10". I'm a solid, tall 4'10", all right? Nice try. So I gotta wear a crop top, got it? Yeah, I think everyone in chat should wear crop tops and rompers, if I'm being completely honest. All right. Before this collab, I wanted to talk about one thing that I promised I would talk about. Hold on. My hypothetical glove. There we go. Okay. I gotta send one message first. Phoebe! Phoebe, hello! I'm sending a message real quick. Thank you for the raid. Guys, Phoebe's wonderful. One of my day ones, one of my OGs in this community. I love Phoebe. Phoebe's wonderful. She also likes idols. She would know what I'm talking about when I say that we need to get a group of VTubers together, Phoebe, and run around in circles and sing the Hamuro theme song. She gets it. Okay. Sorry, I'm making sure my group chat isn't waiting. And they are not. But okay, there we go. I'm gonna talk about my health situation, actually, because I promised I would. And I wanted to wait until it was like long gone before I did, but it also factors into me waiting so long to do 3D, waiting so long because I couldn't move in certain ways, things like that. I just felt like this was an apt time to talk about it, because, you know, it just has to do with my physicality for sure, and reasoning why, you know, I'm gonna get back into like dancing. I'm gonna do dance content, stuff like that. But some stuff I won't be able to do, but I'm able to do a lot of it now, which is huge for me. I've come a very long way. This is like a big milestone, being able to stand up and do this and move around. The fact that I can like lift my leg again and stuff like that is really big. Because legitimately, when I got out of surgery and I was recovering and I was doing my PT and doing all this stuff, even before that, I could do this at most. And even that was scary. So I wanted to kind of go over a lot of that. But, you know, a lot of what I did for a long time was in relation to dancing and to sports. I was really, really physically active all the time, you know? So even when I was working a normal person job and not streaming, and I was doing all of that stuff beforehand, I still kept some of those hobbies on the side. Obviously, I wasn't doing 10 sports a day, you know, adult life, but I was still dancing and stuff like that. That was always something that I kept. And then at some point, I couldn't do it anymore, and I was VTubing, and I really wanted to do 3D. And when I first started VTubing, I was like, oh yeah, I really want to get back into this in a way where I can do it for content, you know, like do it for fun and have it be shown, but I couldn't. I physically could not. Like, my health started failing, so I want to just go over that a little bit. Because I said I would tell you guys what happened, but, like, you know, I wanted to wait until 3D. I'm not 100% fully recovered, but I am not in a scary health place. You know, like I'm good. And I'm just building up strength. That's really all. I'm just building up strength at this point and hoping that nothing else happens in the future. I'm also coming off of, like, a really, really, really bad sickness and cold today. So I'm also avoiding, like, running around too much. As you can see, I'm like this all the time. Like, I want to move around, but I'm trying not to do that today because I was not streaming for like 2 weeks because I was so sick. Unrelated, though. That was just like a really bad upper respiratory thing that just took me the fuck out for a long time. But yeah, so I will preface this by saying I think a lot of parts of this story are really funny. So I'm going to be talking about my own health failing and mortality and laughing. And I'm sorry ahead of time if you don't find some of it funny. But I, in retrospect, find a lot of this funny, okay? It was not a funny time at the time. But for me, you know, when I look back on it, I'm like, that thing she said was hilarious. That doctor, you know. So, just saying that. Yeah, anyway, so about, when did I have my surgery? A while back. I want to say 4 or 5 years before I had my surgery. I had symptoms then that I did not know were symptoms of what was going on with me. And what it was I was having an issue with my skin, which I never had. When I was younger, when I was a teenager and all through adult years, never had an issue with skin. I have dry skin a little bit, never broke out, nothing. I was just one of the people that avoided all that. But out of nowhere, into my adulthood, I started having an issue with my skin. And that was the beginning of that. Hi, Nagi. Thank you for the raid. Sorry, I'm about to talk about health issues. I'm talking about health issues. But hi, Nagi. Hello. Hello. So anyway, 5 years before my surgery, I started having issues with my skin. And I start breaking out only below the corners of my mouth. And not on, like, my chin in the middle. Just, like, the outer, like, both sides. And I was like, what is this? I avoided this as a teenager. I avoided this as a younger adult. What? No. No. It's like, why is this happening? So I went to doctors and they were like, actually, this is really normal for women. That throughout your life, you have hormonal shifts or you have things going on. And then, you know, you just develop this. And sometimes it just works itself out, goes away. Sometimes it stays forever. And I was like, fuck. Shit. You know, I was like, okay. Skin condition of just, you know, hormonal shifts, whatever. I didn't think too much of it, took note of it, got really into skincare. And then about 1.5 years of that, it went away. Completely went away. And during that time, we had tried different things. They tried putting me on different things to adjust hormones and stuff like that because nothing topical would fix it. It was not an issue with my skin on the outside. This was caused by hormones. So I said, okay, you know, let's try these things. And they all made me feel like shit, or they didn't work out that well, or they caused other issues that I didn't like. So I was like, let's not do this. I'll just deal with it because the issue wasn't that bad. It was just a new thing for me, right? So I said, okay, I'll just deal with it. 1.5 years after that, it's done. It just goes away. And I was like, okay, yay. Woo. All right, sounds good. And I had gotten everything checked out during that to see if there was a reason why this was happening. But this was apparently really normal in women, very normal, and happens to people all the time. And they did a lot of various tests and things and found nothing wrong. So I said, okay, fine. Fast forward to about 1.5 years before I ended up having my surgery. So a couple years later. I've always been relatively thin. When I wake up in the morning, if I'm laying down on my bed and I look down, if I haven't eaten anything and I don't have to pee real bad, stomach flat, okay? And I noticed at some point that I just kept being bloated. Not constantly, but, you know, we're going to talk about women's health. Sorry, fellas. But when I would have my period, I would bloat. I would go in and out, you know? Like once a month, I would bloat. And then it would go down. And at some point, I was like, it's not going down that much. And I'm bloating more and more each time, and it's getting more painful each time. And this was, you know, over since that skin issue up until then, it had incredibly gradually been getting worse. And I didn't notice because it happened over the course of like 3-4 years. You know, it's just so gradual that how would you notice until you look back and go, you know, it wasn't like this 5 years ago. Which again, when you go to a doctor and talk about that, they go, well, yeah, that happens to a lot of people because it does. It does. So I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, so we thought it was something like PCOS, which are like ovarian cysts and things where you get little cysts. They're very normal. A lot of women get them on their ovaries and things, and they cause hormonal issues, which then cause the skin thing and cause the pain, right? All of that. So it all sounded really normal. And we did various tests, and they pointed to those issues. So I said, okay. And there's not really anything you can do about them, too. They're just things you have to live with. So I said, okay, well, that's my issue. And I was going back to the like laying down and looking at myself thing. It was just getting worse and worse. I started measuring myself over the course of a year. Well, yeah, I started like, I did this for about a year. I started measuring multiple points on my waist down to like my hip area. I started measuring other stuff later because something I noticed was the bloating when I was at my smallest each month was getting bigger. And I was like, huh, but I'm doing less. And I started having trouble eating. And I wasn't eating enough. My caloric intake was like a little low, that I was slowly losing weight. I started measuring my weight. I started measuring around my legs, around my arms, everything. I was getting bigger here a little bit, just very low down. And I was bloating more and more when I would bloat. But I was getting smaller everywhere else, and I was losing weight. And I was having a harder and harder time eating over time. I was starting eventually, I didn't realize this, I was starting to have trouble breathing as well. Diaphragm not expanding properly. More chest breathing rather than stomach breathing. Things like that because of the pain. So I'm going to doctors throughout all of this. I'm taking it seriously, you know, and they do tests and things and it points to really normal shit. And they're like, yeah, it's PCOS. Yeah, it's this, it's that. You know, maybe it's endometriosis. Those kinds of things. The things that they don't really have answers for. You can't really do anything about. But one day I'm looking down. I'm waking up and I'm looking down at it. And I see, you know, I'm bloating. But it's right deviated. Meaning it's not in the center, which when you bloat, you know, it's your uterus bloating, it's in the center. It's not in the center, it's a little to the right. And the moment I saw that, I was like, no. I'm not doing like just blood tests and stuff anymore. I'm not doing that. So I had a new doctor, a new GP at this point. So I go to her. Keyword her, because she was very, very familiar with this kind of stuff. I chose her for that reason because I was having these issues. So I go talk to her and she has me lay down. She has me lay down on the table. You know, I'm looking up. I'm laying down on the table. Not like that though. And she's pressing. She's pressing everything. She's pressing around it. And we realized something. Now, first off, what she says, now I thought this, in retrospect, hilarious. Something you never want to hear from your doctor. She's pressing, saying nothing, just examining. And she goes, I don't like that. Just like that. I don't like that. I was like, hold on. Why just say it like that? You know? But I too was already going to that appointment thinking this is going to be something insanely bad. Because I can't imagine what else it is. She goes, I don't like that. She's pressing on my abdomen, my lower abdomen, kind of right below my belly button on either side. And we notice, okay, press right now. Press into your abdomen. What happens? You're squishy, right? Your tissues, your organs, everything are squishy. So your fingers just kind of go in and it squishes in. And then when you let go, it releases, right? That's not what was happening to me. I pooped. No, what she was doing was she was pressing, and when she would press on it, if one side she would press on would go down, the other side would go up. And it would go like this. So when she would press one side, it would go, meaning there was a lot of pressure, or it was at tension, or it was perhaps more than it was not soft tissue. It was not soft tissue. So, you know, as soon as we both see that, we're like, oh. She goes, you're not pregnant, right? And I said, absolutely not. Because every single time I went to any doctor, they all asked me that question, and they all made me take a test anyway, even though I said I'm not. And not just the normal test, they made me do blood tests every time. And I said, I've had like 20 blood tests in the past year. I'm pretty sure it's not that. And I've been having this issue for years. And she was like, all right, we're still going to do the blood test. I was like, oh, God, again? You know, they made me do this blood test every single time. Every single time. Yeah, my name is not Mary. It was not that ever. But still, they did it for good measure. She added a lot of other stuff into the blood test, though, that she wanted to test for. She added a lot of things into that blood test. So they took like 12 vials of blood, unironically, 12 vials that day. And I slept in my car for a while and ate some food and I sat there for like 2 hours and then drove home. So that was a lot. We get the test back and things look pretty normal. Pretty normal. A couple of levels of some things a little off, but pretty normal, which means, wow, we don't have answers. We have to do more. That's what that means. And she said, I don't want to biopsy this because we don't have eyes on it. We don't have visuals on it. So let's do an ultrasound. So I get sent in for an ultrasound. No, not an X-ray. I get sent in for an ultrasound. So the ultrasound is important because it lets you see how dense things are. When you look at an ultrasound, it's like a black and white image, right? Anything that appears white is really dense. It's usually bone. Anything that is appearing black is like liquid or air, right? So looking at the different grays, you can see the edges and borders of things. You can see shapes of things, and then you can see how dense they are to identify what their makeup is. So I'm laying down. They put the jelly on me. It's all cold. It feels freaky. The technician, and this is months later, by the way, because things take forever to get, apparently. Yeah, I ate my twin in the womb. Now the technician puts the wand on me and she starts looking around. She's going, scanning. She's pushing and she's pushing. And I'm like, stop pushing. Because by this thing has been growing, by the way. It started growing exponentially. So the bigger it got, the bigger I got faster. And you know what my doctor told me before I left? She was like, hey, I don't know what this is. Make sure it doesn't rupture. Whatever this is, don't move a lot. Don't bend a lot. Don't lift your leg, you know, don't do any of this. Make sure it doesn't rupture because we don't know what this is. We don't know what's in it. Don't, you know, and I was like, hey, I haven't been because I can't anyway. Because by this point, I was like really not able to move that well. I was still able to move, but I was having a lot of trouble. I was walking like, you know, a little bit. So I already was kind of aware of that, but her saying it was good because I knew I was not being extra paranoid, but so go to the ultrasound lady. She's really like digging in, and I'm like, you know, I'm like, ah. And she was like, don't worry, I won't do anything. And I was like, okay. So that was probably one of the worst experiences of my life, was me just sitting there being ultra stressed while the ultrasound lady is like pressing into this thing that my doctor said don't rupture. And I was like, stop it. I was like, my doctor said I can't rupture this, and she said that's okay. Well, I just need to get underneath it. And she goes around the side of it. She starts like digging under it to try and get the wand under it because she needs to see these horizontal cross sections. And I'm like, oh my God. She's like, don't worry, I won't pop it. And I go, okay, just be gentle with the side thing. And she was like, yep. And it was crazy. Yeah, lady was not chilling. It was funny as fuck. So she gets in there, she gets a good angle. She goes, look at the monitor. I look up at the monitor. She goes, you familiar with like how to read these? And I was like, yeah, I am. So like I said, white or light colors, very dense stuff like bone, right? And then dark colors, air or liquid. Grays are different tissues, and the darker they are, the more loose and soft they are. The lighter the color, the more kind of, you know, again, dense and solid they are. So she has that thing, horizontal cross section, you know, looking at it from this side this way with me laying down, and it's mostly black. It's a big circle, and it's mostly black with an edge with a border. It's a clear encased circle, and there's something inside of it that is gray, varying types of gray, and there's a lot of black, meaning liquid. So she says one of the funniest things I've ever heard. She's holding it there and she goes, okay, look at the liquid. And I go, all right. She goes, fix your eyes on it. I go, okay. She goes, I'm gonna shake you. It's like, what? I'm gonna shake you. So she's got me on the table like this. She goes, I'm gonna shake you, and I want you to look at what you see in the liquid. And I was like, okay. She goes, and she shakes her hand a little. She goes, like a little, and I look, and I see particulates floating around. I see little bits, little dots going, getting unsettled, like silt in a riverbed, right? Getting kicked up. And I'm like, what is that? She goes, do you see that? You see some of them look like little strips, little scraps. Some of them look like little dots. I was like, yeah. She goes, that's blood. She leans into me and she goes, you're filled with blood. I was like, what? she leaned in and said, you're filled with blood. I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean I'm filled with blood? Now, at the time, horrifying. Looking back, that was funny as fuck. I was like, what do you mean I'm filled with blood? And the way she said it, too, the way she leaned in really close, said, you're filled with blood. I was like, what? It was so funny. It was so funny. I was filled with blood. Those little scraps and those little particulate bits were apparently, you know, like the bits of coagulated blood that kind of chunked together. And she was like, most of this liquid is going to be blood. And I was like, okay. Why? Why? And what is this? Yeah, and what do I do? Okay, I'm filled with blood. What do I do? So she says, well, we don't know what all of this liquid is, but, you know, it's clearly like a lot of it's blood. I was like, okay. And then she says, but what I'm more concerned about is this solid thing in here. This solid thing. And now the cool thing with ultrasounds is you can actually measure stuff using it. When you look at it at a lot of different angles, you can triangulate things and you can get a proper measurement. It covered, it was like a pancake. It was like a pancake where it was kind of flat depth-wise. Not completely flat. It was 4 or 5 centimeters in depth, which is actually not that flat for a thing in your body, actually, if I'm being honest. But compared to its width and height, which was really big, I don't remember the exact size, but if I open my hand up all the way like this, it was like a circle that big, okay? It was like a circle the size of my hand in there. So take your own hand and just put it against your stomach and imagine like a disc that big. And it was close to the back, kind of close to my spine. And it was just huge. And it was encased in a cyst. That's what all the liquid was in. And the cyst went from the very bottom of my diaphragm all the way down to my bladder. It filled my entire abdomen. And when she gave me the images and we were sitting there going over them, she said, let's play a game. Ads? I'm going to continue anyway. We'll get back to it. She said, let's play a game. All right. Well, now, while the ads are going on, guess what mini game do you think she asked me to play? People who can hear me right now and are subbed. What do you think she asked me? Find the liver, spot the organs, hide and seek, Balatro. God, I wish. I don't think Balatro was out at the time, was it? I don't remember. Was it? Mario Kart! Ding, ding, ding. No, she didn't. It wasn't Mario Kart. Yeah, it was the Mario Party game with the balloon. No, she... Tell me when the ads are over. No, she pulled out a PS5 and she said, I want you to play Game of the Year Astrobot with me right now to make you feel better about the blood in you. We're gonna play a game right now. You're gonna love this. She could see the future. She was incredible. What a technician, man. What a technician. She knew ahead of time. Incredible. Are the ads over? Hey, people who are watching ads, are they over? I didn't want to continue without you. Tell me when. Yep, back? Okay, perfect. So, the lady's looking over the images with me, and she says, let's play a game. Which is a great way to start that. I actually, in retrospect, I love this lady. At the time, I was like, you are doing me nothing good right now. This is terrible. This is completely terrible. But she says, where are your organs? Can you point to them and identify any of them? And I'm looking at these ultrasounds, and I'm looking at these cross sections of my body, and it's real hard to tell what is what. Because, number one, you can't even see most of them. You can't see the edges of them. They're all jumbled together. Many things seem to be misplaced. Yeah, inside my body was my answer, actually. She was like, where are they? And I was like, well, I think they're at least in there. She went, yes, they're in there, which is good. She said it just like that. They are in there. I was like, okay, all right, that's great. That's a good start. So we're looking at everything, right? We're looking it over, and she's pointing out where my organs are, and they're all just like not in the right spot. And she said, this is what we call mass effect, not the video game. The term mass effect comes from effects on your body that come from something just being a mass. That's it. It could be things like displacement of organs. It could be things like organs not functioning properly because they're pressed on, which could be, you know, oh, like I can't eat as much because my stomach can't expand, for example. It could also be, ooh, this thing is now excreting the wrong hormones or weird amounts of them because it's being pressed on. It you know, my kidneys might not filter properly because it's being pressed on. Something like that. So mass effect is just that, right? Just the effects on things because you've got some sort of mass touching it or pressing on it. And she was like, well, this is what we call mass effect. All of your organs have been moved over and moved out of the way. And she said this, and obviously my question was, how did this get so big and I didn't realize? At this point, I knew something was wrong, but I was like, this thing is huge. There's no way I didn't even know it was in me before. Like before I started pressing out in the front. And she was like, yeah, people don't realize they have things like this because your organs are squishy and soft. So when they grow, they push the organs out of the way first. And then you start to see it express on the outside, but it has to push against the muscle layer. It has to have no room in the middle and nothing to squish around before it starts to express outwardly in any way. So she was like, your organs have been moved around for a long while. And that's probably what's caused, you know, a lot of the weird symptoms you've been having. And I was like, oh, well, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. So we figure it out. So I have a cyst in me that is classified as giant. It's huge. I don't remember the dimensions at that time, but I know height-wise it was more than 20 centimeters at that point. Keep in mind I'm 4'10". So it was fucking insane. And I had only recently noticed it. Which is like, all right, you know, that's crazy. Yeah, it was huge. I couldn't breathe properly. I couldn't eat properly. I couldn't do anything properly. Because my organs couldn't do anything. Because there was, you know, like an entire thing in me. So we figured that out, that information out from the ultrasound. I go back to my doctor. We're going over the images. And, you know, we're all really concerned about not the cyst itself, because I'll be honest, huge ones are scary, but cysts are really normal for women. Like, actually really normal and common, and they get rid of them all the time. A lot of women have them. Almost all women get them at some point. Big, not really, but like little ones, you know, it's normal. So that wasn't what we were concerned about, especially because it was just one cyst. It didn't have septations, which is when it's like segmented and they're like multiple parts blobbed together. It didn't have that, you know, that was all fine. But there was some sort of solid mass in it. That is not good, because now it's a complex cyst. It's not a simple cyst. That's bad, right? So, you know, obviously we're focusing on that. And she's like, yeah, we need to get an MRI because we can't tell what this is from this. We need to do an MRI to get the tissue makeup a bit more and decide how we want to treat or what we want to do. So that takes months to get this MRI, of course, because, you know, while we are at this point suspecting really bad things that this could be, we don't have direct evidence, and we can't biopsy it because you cannot puncture this thing. Because depending on what's in it, you can expose the body cavity to all that. So you can't biopsy it to figure out what's in it, right? Yeah, you can't pop it. That's crazy. So we need to get an MRI. But because we don't have any direct evidence of it being anything like crazy, near fatal, whatever, they're like, that means you're like low on the wait list. Also, because I'm not super old, I'm not currently dying as far as they know, et cetera, right? So I had to wait forever, and just live with this thing and hope every day that it doesn't pop, not being able to move properly, having all these other health complications, like tons of other health complications with almost every organ. My heart was even being pressed on when I breathed, right? For example, there's just no room, everything. But I was fine because I wasn't super old and I didn't have any biopsies saying that it was something bad, so, right? So I couldn't do anything. I just had to wait. I had to wait. So I was waiting, and I eventually get this MRI. I lay down, I get the MRI. They have to do the MRI with contrast, which is when they take, so you do an MRI and then you do a second one, but this time they inject you with this dye that dyes certain types of tissues. I have to say, out of this whole health fiasco, one of the worst feelings was getting the contrast ingested, because it is this huge needle. It's like thick, man. Okay, it's thick. It's almost not quite a water bottle, maybe a quarter of a water bottle thick. It's big, and all that liquid, yeah, liquid metal, all that liquid goes in. I did taste it when they did the thing, yeah. That shit, yeah, it's a huge needle too. It burns, it stings. I was like, ugh. Thankfully, I didn't think it hurt that much. It just felt not good, you know, it was whatever. But I have a pretty high pain tolerance, so I was okay. I was just like, I don't like this. I don't like this one bit. So they do that. They inject the contrast, they do the MRI again, and we get the results, whatever. And we don't get the full results, you know, the technician does it and they give you some initial images, but they don't give you the full report until later. So we get the MRI, and I'm reading through everything. Before I look at the images, I'm just reading through everything. This thing had grown by this point too. It's, like I said, growing exponentially. The bigger it gets, the more it's growing. And they're saying this is a cyst. They could tell it's filled with a lot of liquid, and it has some sort of solid bit in it. And one of the notes on there says, right ovary not found. Not pictured. It says right ovary not pictured. Reason missing. Missing? I was like, what? Missing. It was missing. It was gone. We couldn't find her. She skipped town. So I was like, I think I know exactly what's going on here at this point, right? Because now I'm putting together, I'm talking to my doctor about this. I'm talking to her about my old symptoms of having the skin issue, which often come from women having some sort of ovary issue, right? Or some sort of cyst or something. And then they don't picture it on there, but everything else is there normal. Just pushed around, you know, but it's all there. So I was like, that is probably my ovary. And she was like, I wouldn't doubt it. We don't know until we like physically have it in our hands. We won't know, but we're like, we think that's what it is. Now, we had been suspecting this a long while before this, but at this point, she's like, I'm going to send you to an oncologist, and we're going to get you fully looked at. We're going to do full blood panels, which we had already kind of done, but we're going to do everything, because at this point, we're like, what else could this be? What else could this be? So we're like, this has got to be cancer. Has to be. What else? What else could it be? You know? Especially looking at the MRI, when you look at the makeup of the tumor, normally when a tumor is like on the MRI all the same color, all the same kind of density, it's all one type of tissue. That's just a normal benign thing. That happens. Things just grow. It happens. This one was complex. It had a lot of different densities, a lot of different materials in it, a lot of different tissue types. And when you see that, you're like, that's something that's mutating as it grows. You know, like you can tell. Not just that, I told you it was like the shape of a pancake. It actually, at the time of the ultrasound too, had a tendril sticking out the front. It looked like a little finger. It had this long tendril, and then at the end of it, it had like what looked like a hand almost. It was like spreading, like almost like a nerve. You ever see a nerve how it branches? It's like one long synapse, and then it's at the end it has like a little, you know? It was that attaching to the side, the other side of the cyst inside there. So I was like, oh, he's reaching. He's looking for places to go, right? It's venom. So that was what we knew about it. So we are now fully like sending me to an oncologist. We're like, this has got to be cancer. We should treat it like it is. And if it isn't, this is still the person to go to treat it either way. Like, this is still the right surgeon for this thing, no matter what, because everything about the surgery is the same, even if that's not what the cells actually are. So I go, and we do everything, and we do a consultation. And I talk to my surgeon, and he's like, well, we got to get this out of you, but we can't rupture it. And he's like, so I'm really sorry, but I think the approach we're going to take, he pulls out his marker to like draw, you know, the surgical lines on me. He draws a line from a couple inches above my belly button all the way down to basically as low as you can go before you hit bone. A dotted line. He goes around my belly button a little bit. He goes, ch-ch-ch-ch. And he goes, we're going to have to do this to open and get it out. And no, they could not do a C-section, which is a much more forgiving cut that's horizontal. Couldn't do like that. Vertical ones are terrible. They're the worst, but it was the only way to approach this because of what it was adhered to. Adhesions are when growth or an organ or something adheres to something else that kind of grows tissue between the two, like glue. There was just no way. There was no way to get above it if we did C-section low down. So he was like, we're going to have to go. It just draws this huge line. And I was like, oh, okay. And he was like, now it's going to be tough because you're really small. And keep in mind, I wasn't eating well. I wasn't moving around very well. He was like, yeah, you're not my ideal surgery candidate, is what he said. And I was like, I know. He said, but your weight's also a good thing because the more weight you have on you, the worse problems you have with recovery sometimes as well in other ways. So, you know, there are good and bad things here. He was being really nice, but he also wasn't sugarcoating it. I was like, all right, well, do we just do that? Like, is that it? We just have to do that? And he said, well, I know this guy. He tells me about his friend, who's also another great surgeon for oncology and you know, all sorts of like pelvic area and lower abdominal area issues. He goes, I've got a guy who normally you can never get in with because this guy's a really good surgeon and he's booked out. He's completely booked up. And he said, but your case is really bad. So I'm going to ask him if he will take you because he is really good at doing surgeries, not this way, in other ways that are easier to recover from. And I was like, give me his number. Let's talk to him. Let's go. I look up his accolades. He's really good. It's really good. Yeah, thankfully my case was really fucking bad. So the guy was like recommending me to his genius friend or whatever. So I look through and the guy is really good. And he has a lot of really, really good stuff behind him. And so I'm like, you know what? This guy literally specializes in freak cases like mine, where it's like, and mine was, you know, a giant cyst, literally classified as giant on paper. They wrote the word giant for its category, you know? And this guy just does these types of surgeries a lot. This is his bread and butter. And I was like, okay, I would like to go to the guy who's done this more than other people because not many people have operated on one this large. And I don't want to go to the guy who's done it once or twice. I want to go to the guy that is like, wow, I love doing this specific thing. And people fly in to see him, you know? So I'm like, okay. Yeah, like half my weight, exactly. So I go to this dude, and he was like, okay, this dotted line all the way down the middle, we can do this. This is plan B. I'm going to try my plan A, which I'll tell you in a second, but this is plan B. If it doesn't go well, we will swap to this mid-surgery and do it to make sure it gets out of you whole, right? I was like, okay. He said, but here's plan A. He said, we're going to make a lot of incisions around it and one down the middle in like the belly button area, which is a typical way that they do surgery because you don't really have much muscle behind it, so it's a little easier to get through. But he's like, we're going to do a lot of incisions around it, and we're going to try to do it laparoscopically. And I was like, how? There's no room. And he was like, trust and believe. So they wanted to do it laparoscopically, but the thing is, normally laparoscopic surgery, which is when they get in there with tools through tiny incisions and cameras and things, they do it with like 2 or 3 incisions. He was like, we're going to have to do it with a lot. But trust me, it's going to be so much easier for you to recover from than doing a full open one. And I was like, you know what? I believe that. I actually do believe that. You know, yeah. Because both are bad. And he was like, I'm so sorry it's so many incisions, but, you know, both of these cases are terrible, so I'm going to do the one that's less bad. I said, okay. So he draws, you know, where he's going to do what and what we're going to do in those spots and everything, gives me the whole plan. And I said, okay. Because at this point, it was so big, I had a hard time walking. I couldn't eat, and I could not get enough calories in me. Like I would eat little bits throughout the day as often as I could, and I would eat high calorie stuff. I still could not get enough in me. And I was like, at this point, like, we have to do it. No matter what, we have to do it. Because I'm just like, there's no option. I'm just going to keep dropping weight, which is going to be really bad with, you know, needing to have a surgery. So let's just do that. Let's just do it. So we, yeah, and I was streaming through all of it, by the way. I was streaming through all of it. And things like my breathing changed, so it was actually hard to talk. And can you imagine that? You know how much I talk? My laugh changed. The way I laugh changed because my diaphragm couldn't move properly. I think nowadays I laugh a little more like how I used to beforehand, but I had to change how I did all that. You notice, actually? Chatters did notice. Because I talked about my health. I didn't give specifics, but I said, hey, I have some issues going on, whatever. And I didn't want to scare anyone, so I wasn't going to be like, yes, might be dying, you know, whatever. Because the one thing I've left out of this, I'll just say vaguely, the whole time, the prognosis was not looking good. And the staging was not going well, the expected staging. So the idea was you're going to get out of this surgery, but it's very far along. It's progressed a lot. So even though if we get this out, it's not going to go well, very likely. Your likelihood of making it is still not great. Not through the surgery, but like after that, you know? So I was like, oh, okay. So this was the assumption this whole time. But, you know, so there was all of that mixed in with the story. But, you know, so of course at this point I'm like, well, let's just do the surgery. Like, you know what I mean? There's no like, ooh, the recovery is going to be hard. I was like, let's just do whatever you want to do. Because if you think it might work, then that's what we have to do. Did you make it? No, I died on the operating table. And now I'm coming at you from the afterlife. So we go with his plan. And we had to wait a while. We had to wait a while to get to the point where I could do the surgery. Because again, even though he was pushing to move mine up, if you're not actively dying in that moment and they haven't biopsied and found cancer cells 100%, then they can't say, you have to, you know, put this person ahead of other people. So I just had to wait again for my surgery. So much waiting. And again, it's like getting bigger and bigger the whole time, getting worse, spreading, you know, all of that. So I just had to live with it. So I kind of lived with knowing that I had something that was like 90% likelihood of being malignant for like 8 months. Like eight straight months of pretty much knowing that it was malignant, but couldn't do anything. I was just like, okay, well, I'll just stream, I guess. So when people ask me, hey, why aren't you doing your old job? Like, I don't understand why you would quit like your really good tech job to be a streamer. Because I wasn't gonna, in my mind, have my tech job anyway. So why not just stream, right? That's kind of where that came from. I didn't want to say it so morbidly before. You know what I mean? I didn't want to freak out chat before, but that's really what it was, you know? And it worked out, which was great. But that was the thought process. So I was like, yeah, might as well. So I was just streaming, whatever. So I was just doing my thing. The surgery comes up. We do the surgery. It was a long one, and I wasn't gonna know how it went, what approach they took, if they had to do plan A and it was fine, or plan B had to go and happen, until I would wake up, right? Like I just wouldn't know until we got through it. So I wake up, and thank God they were able to do plan A. And the way they did the surgery was they did a lot of incisions around the thing, stuck tools in, removed all the adhesions. That took fucking forever. And the dude was doing it. Apparently the camera footage, normally when you do laparoscopic surgery, they pump some air in you so that they have room to work. They put air in me, but they couldn't see shit. They couldn't see shit because there was no room. There was no room. Like, where's the air even go? But he did what he could and spent a really long time and went really slowly. Removed all the adhesions, so it was now free floating. Okay, it was in fact the cyst that was in, not the cyst, but the thing inside was the artist formerly known as my right ovary. So they had to like remove the fallopian tube and a chunk of the uterus to kind of get that cleanly off. That wasn't hard. They do that all the time. Whatever, you know, sew that up. Boom. Functions fine. So they do that, and it is now free floating. Free floating and not attached to anything. So they do an incision through the middle, through the belly button, and they shove a plastic bag in there. A plastic bag. And put the bag around it and then pull the ends of the bag back out the hole. So the cyst is still in me, but there's a bag around it, and the only opening of the bag is coming out of my middle incision. So they could do whatever they need to do. They could pop that shit. Doesn't matter. It's not going to spill out into the body cavity, right? So then he pops that shit, drains it, takes it apart, pulls it out of a tiny hole, and gets it out that way. So my body does not get exposed to whatever's in there. And that's how they did the surgery, which worked out. Now, I was a little upset because I really wanted to keep it if they took it out whole, and he promised me that if they did plan B, I was going to keep it. But they did plan A, and they took it out in pieces, so I didn't get to keep it. I was like, man, I wanted to do the formaldehyde jar on the mantle, you know, like display it, like, look at him. I even named it. I had a whole thing for it, but you know, whatever. We didn't get to keep him. That's okay. He wasn't really alive anyway. He didn't have a good blood supply, so whatever. So there he is, chopped up in a lab. They do little smears. They cube that shit. They cube the whole thing, and they do smears on slides of every little bit of it and test it. And they were like, wow, you know, a good number of these cells are what we call pre-cancer, which means they're expressing a lot of the proteins that would make them cancer cells, but they're not. They're like 90% there. They're very far along, but not all of them have made it to the point where they can spread, which is good. There are also malignant cells in there, absolutely. But a lot of the outer cells, like around the outside of it, were pre-cancer. So the stuff physically on the outer bit of it was kind of just sitting there and keeping the stuff from the inside from spreading. Now, that being said, if that thing had been left in me for longer, those would have eventually just turned into the same thing. But it kept growing a layer on the outside of pre-cancer cells, which is just a stroke of luck because of where the placement of those cells were and where they were multiplying. It was just really like, you know, it just worked out. It worked out. But a lot of those cells in there were still, you know, fully malignant and all that, but they didn't have a great blood supply because all of the blood vessels were on the outside of it. So they had a hard time spreading. So for the most part, almost all of it stayed in the cyst, and they were able to just take it out. I did still have to do post-treatment and things like that, but it was not nearly what we were geared up for. They were fully expecting that it was going to be a lot more, and we were prepping for that, and we were getting fully ready for that, but it wasn't as bad. So thankfully, we were able to do, like, I would say 75% of what I needed to do was done by the surgery itself, which was great. There's still stuff later, and I'll be honest, losing an ovary is nothing. You have two, and the other one just does the job of two when you lose one. So I was like, hey, of all organs to lose, that's great. That is great. It's even easier than losing a kidney, to be honest. So I was like, okay. I was like, will my life be affected? They were like, no, you're not even going to notice. I was like, oh, cool. Nice. But, you know, basically nothing changed. So that's great, I guess. I mean, and to be honest, I was like, can you just take all of it out? And they were like, no, that's how you get osteoporosis. I was like, okay, fine. Fair enough. Fair enough. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You kind of need those to not have later issues, but okay. They're like, we're leaving it. And all right. So they took out what they had to take out. And then I just had to do PT. I think the hardest part was the organ shift. It took a really long time for things to settle back where they should be. Because, you know, when a woman's pregnant, things happen in a certain way and configuration that's a lot easier to recover from. I had a random cyst on the right side just growing, and it pushed stuff in ways that was not typical like that. Not the way the body's kind of made to handle it. So that was complicated, and I had to keep doing weird movements every day to make sure that stuff settled in the right spot. So that was yeah, hard to recover from. Exactly. That was a bit weird. The incisions were really hard to recover from. Even though they were small, there was a lot of them, and they were everywhere. So, you know, when you get a laparoscopic surgery, a lot of the time they do it on one side, so you can still pick up your leg on the other side and do stuff. My whole abdomen, I couldn't move. It hurt so bad. And but the thing is, I have like freakishly fast healing. When I went in to get checked up on, I went to a nurse who was like checking the incisions and everything. She was like, you know, you're only a week into recovery, but you look like you're 3 weeks in. And I was like, yeah, I know. I know. Yeah, Wolverine. No, but I was like, yeah, it's usually like that. It still took a really long time for the muscle layer to, you know, be fully usable and be normal. But, yeah. And then a lot of them were done in unfortunate spots where there are certain movements that I have to be really careful of. If I'm working out and I'm trying to get things back to where they were, I should be really careful about certain movements still to this day. They were like, you just have a lot of scar tissue in certain areas. Don't do this, don't do that. Do this, not at this weight, blah, blah, blah. So, still, yeah, because, you know, some people scar differently, especially internally. When you do develop scar tissue in certain areas, it doesn't stretch, you know, and it's in the middle of a bunch of muscle that does stretch. and you could just, yeah, can't bust a move because I might bust my muscle, you know what I'm saying? So that's the sort of thing where I have to be really careful. Now I can still do all this stuff, but I'm not about to be like powerlifting, you know? You know, backflips. No, actually, honestly, yeah, it's just like burst movements, if I'm gonna be honest. That kind of stuff I gotta be a little careful with, but I should be okay. As long as I'm not holding a lot of weight when I'm doing something, I'll be aight. And yeah, and then so I woke up and I got out of surgery and I was sitting there and I told you guys the story of what it was like waking up from that and drinking the ginger ale and like throwing up 100 times. I did not get a fun video of myself saying weird things because apparently I didn't talk at all until I was fully awake. So I don't have the funny morphine video. I really wanted that. I really wanted my David after dentist moment. I was expecting this. I was like, yes. I always do local anesthesia for different things. I haven't really done it general anesthesia much. So I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna say some wild shit to the nurse. It's gonna be so funny. I had my brother in the room and he was like, I'm gonna film you. I'm gonna film you when you wake up. I'm gonna make sure we get this on camera. I was like, oh yeah, it's gonna be so good. And then I woke up and I was like super sober. Obviously I felt like shit, but I was just like, hey man, how'd it go? And he was like, what the fuck, man? Like, he was like, I wanted the audio for your stream. I was like, me too. It would have been so funny. We didn't get the banger content. I'm sorry. We didn't get it, but it is what it is. And then I just was like, well, I guess I just go home then. I guess I go home. We had to wait about a week after the surgery to actually get the full results of everything. And I continue doing blood tests. I have to do blood tests every couple of months for the next however many years, you know? We haven't seen anything, which is great, but you never know. And this type of cancer has a pretty good chance of showing up. But because we're doing certain tests and imaging and things regularly, it would get caught early if it did show up. So, you know, and not having it show up by now, usually if it shows up again, it's within the next 6 months after the surgery or your initial treatment, because it's post-treatment as well, but you know, something like that. So it's been well over a year. It's been a while. So it's like not looking bad or anything like that. But yeah, we're checking in case we gotta snipe it. Exactly. And if you catch it early, it's really doable. Like the survival rate of this kind of stuff is pretty high. It's just mine was like really far along. My shit was bad by the time it was found. And that's it. Ads. Hey, type ads again. Perfect, because I have to send a message. Shaddy said thank you because I hit the gritty. You are so welcome anytime. On. Nagi messaged me saying she thought she wasn't allowed to raid for some reason. Someone must have said something to her in chat. Say, no worries. I was just talking about... Nagi. I think some chatters when she raided were like, no, she's talking about health, it's a bad time, which was like not at all the vibe. But yeah, he has one ball too. This is the ongoing joke, Heavenly. I have been saying on stream, I've been saying to my friends, to my family for the longest time that I have one ball. And people on stream are like, why do you keep saying that? People in chat would be like, can you stop? Because they didn't know. They didn't know. Yeah, I have one ball. And that's why when I had my Manscaped sponsorship, I'm gonna be like, guys, take care of your balls. As you know, I only have one. It was like, they were like, stop it. You don't have balls. I only have one, guys. All right? Don't get it twisted. Anyway, now that ads are over, moral of the story, well, not moral of the story, but in the end, I thought I was going to die. All of my medical staff told me I probably was going to make it, so I quit my really good job and then just streamed and became anime, and then I miraculously did not die, and now I'm stuck in this body, and I can't get out. Help. Somebody please save me. I can't get out. No, seriously, I can't get out. The suit won't come off. I think it's fusing. I think it's fusing! Someone cast a hex upon me. I think that's what happened. I think I wronged someone and they cast a hex upon me and they doomed me to a life of being anime. Anyway, that's all I'll mention on that story. Yeah, a lot of morbid shit. Outside of that, I was like, I had already arranged like who was gonna take my cats, who was gonna get my stuff. I'd already fully arranged it and everything, and then I wake up from the surgery and they're like, "Oh, you'll be fine," and I was like, "What?" But I quit my job already. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, not that I want to take it back, but like I don't want to go back and be like, no, can we go through with it? But like, I got some people that already think they're getting cats, and now I'm gonna be like, hey, you're not. By the way. You know what I mean? Now, realistically, if I went back to the people that I wanted to work with, they would take me in a heartbeat. Because I was the greatest worker of all time, because I'm the smartest person in the world.
I'm glad you are good now, GEEGA.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing GEEGA.
You're welcome. Yeah, no, they would take me back in an instant, but I was already settled into this, and I needed to heal. I didn't want to deal with, like, physically getting back to it, and then being like, I'm gonna go get on a train and go meet with this executive to talk about this project. I just, no. No, absolutely the fuck not. So, I debuted my 2D model that I currently use, like, what was it, December 4th, and I had my surgery at the end of January. So I debuted it then, and I kind of moved it up. Like, I did it a little suddenly, and people were like, why does it keep moving around? And I was like, well, I want to get it done before my surgery, because what if, you know? So I did that, and then after my surgery came back, and then streaming worked out, and I went, okay. I'll just be here, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. So now I just have to stop being a baby, go to the gym more, and eat food. That's really it. I just have to stream and eat food, which is cool. I like that. I live a life much like my cats, where I just sit around and make noises and eat, which is great. And I do it professionally. That's cool. Woo! But yeah. So TLDR, if anyone's like, hey, I need something clippable because that was too long. TLDR, got cancer, got a surgery. Turns out I didn't die. Stuck in anime body. Help. There you go. Woo! And now we're good. Yeah, one ball. That's a good way to end it. Now I have one ball. And that's okay. It's okay to have one ball, guys. Fellas, it's all right.
Cheer 100, cheer 100, cheer 100, cheer 100. Well, this was the story that I needed to hear to give up smoking and vaping.
Please.
Thank you, GEEGA. Glad you made it.
Yeah, I don't know why I developed mine. They have nothing pointing to a reason. Oftentimes when you get certain types of cancer, they can like point to something and be like, hey, this thing you did, or this family history, or whatever. Mine developed, it was a type that people usually only develop when they're older, so it's very weird that I developed it. It just showed up out of nowhere. I just got it. I just got it. The women in my family don't really have this issue or anything like that. Yes, we did do genetic screening, all of that. I'm not in any sort of category that should ever have gotten this. The type that I specifically had after they checked it, freak moment. Just got it, you know? So shit happens. So please don't do shit that makes you even likely to get it. That's stupid. I'm sorry. That's so fucking stupid. That's so dumb. That is so dumb. Okay? Don't. You don't need it. You want to do something bad? Get a little crazy. Eat a chocolate bar. Ooh, you're so bad. Okay? Just do that. Like, stop doing other shit. It's bad. Don't get cancer.
I imagine this super serious story being posted to Daily GEEGA, and the title is just GEEGA has one ball.
Oh, that would be a banger. Editor. There it is. There it is. Anyway, I lived, bitch. And, you know, I was able to pay a lot of my medical bills because of savings that I had beforehand. My insurance didn't really cover it, but I got it done. So
not
we're
at
good.
all normal.
Yeah, I'm not normal. I'm not like the others. I lived, bitch. No, but you know, honestly, like, I had to pay for the vast majority of that out of pocket, but I had savings from my job before. Wiped me down to nothing, you know, whatever. But I didn't have to take on a ton of debt. And then by the end of it, for some of the post-treatment, I was able to have insurance cover some of that, at least. Not the surgery, of course. When would they ever, right? But the post-care, I was able to at least get a lot of that covered, so that was good, because that was going to be real expensive. Cancer treatment is like really expensive, so I was able to get a lot of that covered, which is great. But even then, you know, yeah, America. So, isn't that hundreds of thousands of dollars? Yeah. Yeah, I paid for my base surgery and all my hospital time. Fuck that, dude. I was legitimately, not to get sad or anything, like I don't feel bad about this because everything worked out now, but at the time, the money that I was saving up was money from my old job, and I was like, maybe I'll get a house one day. And then instead I got cancer, so I was like, oh, well, darn, you know? Darn, that's how it happens, but it's whatever because I was able to stream, so we're chilling. We're chilling. And look at me now.
At this
ball.
point,
It's still kicking.
Shoujo is more medical related than any other vtuber agency that I know of.
Yeah, I mean, the reason why I didn't give any specifics until now was because I didn't want that to be like my identity, and I didn't want people to come here and support me because of that. Be like, oh, that's the one that got cancer. You know what I mean? That's the girl with cancer. Like, I did not want that. So, and I talked to Mouse a lot about it, actually, because I was like, how do you feel being someone? Now, there's a lot of her health stuff that she doesn't even talk to chat about. Like, you guys do not know nearly the full extent of what's going on with her, but she tells you enough, and you know some of what's going on with her, and like the most prevalent stuff, at least. And so I talked to her a lot about it.
I'm just here to support you in general, Dad.
Thank you, Hatter. Thank you so much. Yeah, no, I was like, I don't think I'll talk about it. I think I'm good. I did want to talk about vaguely what was going on and the severity, kind of, without straight up saying it until way after the surgery. I waited until after and I was like, guys, not gonna lie, I thought I was gonna die and I didn't. I said that much. But before the surgery, I didn't want to say that to chat. I didn't want people to come into the chat when I'm just trying to vibe and I'm trying to stream through like physical pain and have people be like, I hope your thing goes well. I hope you don't die. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, I did not want every stream to be people coming in and being like, hope your ball lives. You know, like, I'm good. I'm good. I'm all right. So, yeah, I just kind of put it off. And then I didn't want to talk about it until I felt recovered enough that I could, like, move around. Check me out. Look. Wow. Wow. Look at that. I can lift my, like, pulling my knee up to my chest was not something I could do before. I could go like this, and then I started feeling pressure, and I was like, I gotta stop. So when I walked, I would not do one of these. I would just go. Or I would, like, do that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I would have popped that shit. For real, for real. So I had to be a little careful. Anyway, let's play video games. Let's play fucking video games. Frankie, thank you for the raid. Even the raid. Welcome on. You came at a great time. I just told chat my story about how I only have one ball. That's all you gotta know. And if anyone on the internet is like, wait, what was her issue? Wait, what happened? Because there would be a lot of YouTube comments of people always asking what my medical issue is. Just tell them she lost her ball in the war and it was really sad, but she's okay. She's gotten through it. She's okay with having one ball. And it's the truth. It's not wrong. I do have one ball. Okay. I'm gonna sit. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to... Okay. Ignore me. Sorry. I'm gonna look a little crazy for a second. I'm going to open the door behind me.
Local mid-boss loses one ball during war more
so that
at
my
11.
cats can come in because it's hot in this room. But I'm not gonna get up and run around so I don't kick them. Because it could happen. Oh, look at me go. Look at me go. Ugh. Sorry, I tripped. Zen is mad that I'm not starting earlier.
Down one ball, just like heavenly.
Sorry, I had to tell a story real quick. No one tell her. No one tell her. Actually, don't tell her. It'd be so funny. I'm a mean person. Okay. And at the end of the day, I think it's really funny, the image of her realizing later from clips. That'd be so funny. Don't tell her.
Can't believe GEEGA gave up one ball to join Shoujo.
I did. That's what I had to sacrifice. Gunrun wouldn't let me in. I know I told you guys that I slipped him a $20 bill to get in, but actually I had to sacrifice one of my organs. So I placed a hex upon myself and irradiated it so that I could get it removed by the American healthcare system. And after that, he said, I guess you can join, whatever. One crisp over here. She said the story took an hour. It was a funny one. I had to tell her. Tell me right now. She doesn't know. She said, if it's not funny, I'll tell Gunrun it for you. Ooh. You can watch clips later. Get in game. Okay. I'm gonna hop in the... Where did our streaming VC go? Oh, I found it. I'm going in Collab Room 2, the better Collab Room. Also, check this out, Raiders. Check this out. Bet you can't do that. Bet you can't do that. Alright. Now I have to move 100 things around. Oh my god. It's gonna be so hard to play games with my hypothetical bulky gloves on. But I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna lock in, okay? I'm gonna lock the fuck in. Ugh. So I have to slide my shit over my invisible chair that you can't see because you're not magical like I am. I'm gonna lock in. Unfortunately, Haruka's gonna play with us, which means she's probably gonna win. So I think I need to do everything I can to take her down, right, guys? I think that's what it means. Tldr was a Mass Effect story? Wait, you're so right. You're actually incredibly correct. I was telling Chad a story about Mass Effect.
Cheer 100. Can we just TLDR it with Mass Effect took one of your balls?
It did. It was so sad. Mass Effect stole an organ from me. And it was messed up. Okay, I'm opening my game. I'm opening it. I'm doing it. It is so hot in here. Holy shit.
The rare fourth
One
ending.
could say it's hot as balls. Okay, I'm just gonna use one Joy-Con because this game prefers it. I'm just gonna do it. This game always makes me switch anyway, so whatever. Whatever. Oh, why do I keep doing that? I keep falling through the floor. Is the merch clothing size correct? No, I had them reverse everything. An extra large is actually an extra small because I'm evil. I'm pretty sure it's whatever it says it is on the website, brother. Okay, BGM off. Do you hear it? Do you hear the sounds? Wow, there it is, wow. Okay, let's get rid of this, Ooh, buy my merch. Don't forget, we have new stuff that has not come out before. Like this poster and Boris keychain and the sticker sheet. And then we also have a restock of some things that were things that people wanted, but you could only buy it for like 1 month a while back, and then we brought some things back, but for not for long. So these have been brought back as a restock. Okay, thank you. Joel, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Thank you so much. Thank you for 10 gifted subs, man. Hey, I might need to call upon you. Zen is tagging Haruka and she's... Let me make a group chat real quick. Let me just make that real fast. I think Haruka might be asleep, guys. Maybe she won't win. Oh my god, wait. Maybe this is a good thing. Because she's usually really good at this game, and I don't want to deal with it, if I'm being honest. If I'm being real with you, I don't wanna. Okay, I'm making a group chat. Wait, who else said yes? Hold on. I think initially Mel wanted to play, but I don't know. Sorry, let me double check. Let me double check. Hold on. She said yes, but let's see if she's still around. We'll see. I'm just gonna add everyone to the group chat until we have 4 people. I think that's the way to do it. I don't think you need to ask people. I think you just put them in the group chat and go, now? Question mark? Alright, and I'm just gonna call it. I'm gonna call the group. I'm gonna shift click so I'm in there. So whenever they're alive, they jump in, and that's that, man. Let's see if Fugi's working today. It was really cursed the other day. Okay, it's not broken right now, which is cool. That's good. Okay, now I'm gonna send myself to the void real quick. Because I'm not about to do this in front of the V-Show queue. No, thank you. Ready for this? Oh! 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 Oh!